Welcome to the First Choice.
Well, hello, you Elvis-loving bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. And tonight, me and my guests will be discussing the 1993 Tarantino scripted action thriller slash romantic dark comedy True Romance, starring Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette as a nerd who's a big Elvis fan who meets a hooker called Alabama who they fall in love with, and after a little spat with her pimp trying to get her things back, he ends up accidentally taking a shitload of coke, which happens to belong to some mobsters who want them fucking cocaine back and straight away. Okay, they aren't fucking about. And the plan is now for Clarence and Alabama to sell the cocaine to someone in Hollywood. So me and my some of my other panelists have already been on Blue Collar Losers channel talking about this film, mostly mucking around and just saying really shitty jokes and but if you want to see a bit more of that, do check out Blue Collar Losers channel, the Losers Lounge, True Romance. If you've not got a very strong sense of humor, then do avoid it because we say some pretty fucked up shit on it. And without further ado, I will bring on my panel. And the guy that suggested I do this, is he Welsh? Is he New Zealand? Or is he Chuck Norris? Or a shitload of a combination of all of them? It is RRTNZ, or tonight, DRRRTNZXL. How you doing, man?
Hey, well, enough about the king. How about you?
Yeah. Ever had a fucking guy? I mean, for my life depend on it. I ain't no fag or anything, but I fuck Elvis. Yeah, thank you for suggesting this for me, Artie and Artie. Fuck, this film is just still brilliant. I mean, I must have watched this thousands of times. I still enjoy it. The wife loves it as well. I mean, it's definitely one of our date night movies, Valentine's movies, because, it's probably one of the greatest / bloodiest love stories ever made. Maybe not as bloody or as fucked up as Wild at Heart, or definitely not as fucked up as Natural Born Killers, but it's still brilliant. It's got some great dialogue, great dark humor, everything. It's well paced, it's well acted, and it's just so bloody funny as well. So yeah, and without further ado, he's the man from the inside. Yes, it's the inside man who likes to get inside, man. So, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, no, pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Thanks for that intro. Yeah,
I'm not
so,
playing the intros because I think it might be just taking a bit of time. It's
yeah,
something I wanted to do because I saw Enzo do it. I thought I'd give it a try, but no,
yeah,
just fucking bring people on.
yeah. I mean, this one, what a great choice. I don't know anybody that dislikes this movie. I mean, I know that some people dislike a lot of the Tarantino movies, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill, etc. Um, I know quite a few people that dislike them, which I can't understand why. But this one, I don't think I've ever met a single person that doesn't like it. Everybody that I know that likes it, they don't just like it, they love it.
Yeah, it seems to be the more accessible one, doesn't it?
Mm, mm,
Um, it's kind of like if Tarantino's films were as patient and had a bit more of a conventional flow structure to them, because this is more of a Tony Scott film. It just happens to be
yeah,
scripted by Tarantino, but
yeah. So certainly the best Tony Scott film of all time, I think. I think it's definitely his best, in my opinion.
I'll bring
Um,
my next guest on, Dudicus. I was going to bring on Toxic, but he's disappeared now. I'll get him on when he comes back. So yeah, Dudicus. I think this might be our second time you've been on this channel. Anyway, how you doing, man?
I'm awake.
I know, man. I know you've been doing Enzo's channel as well, but I think last time he did something with Toxic as well, with like when you doing the Haaland streams, and they got all pulled down, didn't they?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And all that work, all that time you sat there just bullshitting, having a good laugh, and YouTube take it down. It's the bloody copyright things, though. I mean, it's I don't know if you could get away with fair use, but even with the fair use argument, sometimes you can still lose.
Yeah. Oh well. I still watched a good show, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on anyway. So yeah, I'll wait for Toxic will come on later anyway. So before we do jump into True Romance, I was going to ask, when did you first come about this movie? When it came into knowledge, first seen it, etc. So RT, first time you had heard of this movie or seen this movie?
I don't know. I just kind of heard about
Well,
it through like.
Yeah,
Sorry. My bad.
It's all right, man.
You might as well keep going. You started, so there you go.
All right, I'll go do the cuss then RT then inside, man. Okay, since you started. Okay, do the cuss.
Sorry, all I was gonna say is I purely learned about it through osmosis of just random shit through just TV and it popping up and everywhere, and that's about it.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, because I was getting into Tarantino around about 14, and I had never seen this head of this movie for a while, and then I saw like the DVD, and it said written by Tarantino, and I was like, I'm gonna have to check this movie out. And then one of the gaming magazines gave it a good review because I think it was like it's the 10th anniversary DVD. So I thought, because it was released in the uncut version as well, so. And I thought, I need to check this out. And Patricia Arquette looks fucking stunning. She's got these great bangers. I need to check.
My god!
Yes, so, and I checked it out, and it did take me a couple of watches before I really started to like it. I don't know why I didn't like it the first time. I don't know. But it has become one of my favorite romantic movies, I should say. So, Inside Man, first time you came by this movie or saw it?
First time I came or had any kind of knowledge of it, strangely, there was a couple of scripts that were kicking about among some friends at one of the studios which I was working in, and they were being passed around by this guy called, they weren't being passed around by Quentin Tarantino, but they were being passed around, and it was there was a kind of common denominator of them being written by Quentin Tarantino. So I borrowed the scripts on a permanent basis, which I still have. And I started thumbing through and thinking, yeah, these are going to be pretty good. And then I obviously stumbled across Reservoir Dogs. And then True Romance and Natural Born Killers come out, of which Natural Born Killers is the very, very substandard, poor relation. But it was placed in the hands of somebody who I think was completely inappropriate for the movie. But this had to see it at the cinema. I thought, yeah, this is. I mean, I was never really that much of a fan of Tony Scott for some reason. I don't know why. But this was the one that really turned me on to Tony Scott and made me rethink what Tony Scott was all about. So I've got this movie to thank for my love of Tony Scott now. And it was upon its release that I saw this movie. As I said, I don't know anybody that doesn't love this movie.
Yeah, very rarely. I think I know maybe a couple of people wasn't into it, but I ain't seen them in a long time, and who knows?
yeah, you're well shot of them.
As a man, you don't like the movie, but yeah. See, I was supposed to go to you next, but first time you came across.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember exactly what I was and what I was doing when I saw this film. So True Romance underperformed at the box office. It kind of came and went over the summer of '93. And I remember exactly where I was when I saw it. So I didn't see it in the cinema. I was working a lot that summer. And it just sort of disappeared, without much noise and much acclaim. But then it came out on video. And I remember thinking, I wanted to see that in cinema. So I took it out and watched it I had some mates who had a basement apartment in Toronto, where I was living at the time. And I remember putting it on, and the intro starts, and Clarence's speech about living fast, dying young, living a good-looking corpse. His whole speech about Elvis, and I was like, wow, this is, because I'm a big Elvis fan. Thinking this is quite cool, and being sucked into it, and we were really sucked into that movie, and we'll still throw, these are mates I've known for nearly 50 years, and we'll still throw quotes around from it now. And it went onto my all-time favorite movies list right away. It sits at number 6, and it sat there for at least 30 years. It's a tremendous film. I actually do know my wife doesn't like it very much, but she likes odd films, so who knows? But yeah, it's an amazing film, and I've loved it. And I know Tox is a huge fan of this film as well. And I think probably most of us here could pretty much recite the dialogue, almost word for word, going through it.
It's so quotable.
I've driven people crazy doing that.
Yeah, it's so quotable because it's not like dialogue you've ever heard in other movies, but at the same time, it almost sounds like people could talk like that. Maybe he does make the dialogue a bit more slicker than how people talk in real life, but it's still well written, and he always seems to get across to the characters really well by how they mention something, what they talk about. It just gives away who that character is straight away. You get who that character is. It's like good subtext. So, well, Toxic, first time you came about this movie, came into knowledge, first saw it, etc.
Yeah, so living with my dad in Central Florida, go like our big vice was besides going to the bars and causing mayhem, was we'd go to this that's back when they had the regular, not Blockbuster type video stores, like Hollywood Video or whatever, or, Lone Poke Video or some shit. And they had like this new release section where you could just buy it. They didn't even need to rent it. Like they would just have it out, and they were VHS tapes, so they weren't very expensive. So we'd pick one up, and Warner Brothers was doing this really smart thing where they'd have a bunch of other Warner Brothers stuff advertised on there. So one of the movies we bought was Boiling Point, I think, with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
and Dennis Hopper. And they had a preview for this in it. It was like the way it was still had that movie, the movie trailer guy, like the best of the bad guys come in for one great film written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by Tony Scott. And I'm like, fucking sold. We're getting that the next one. And we got it. And then kind of similar to what Inside Man said, you just kind of got the tape and just fucking passed it around, brought it to school. And it was like, dude, take this out, watch this. This is gonna be great. Having little watch parties over at the house and shit. And all my dad's friends liked it. Everybody fell in love with Patricia Arquette. It's like so violent. And keep in mind, that was the theatrical version. That wasn't the version I saw a few years later, which was, when it came out it started getting really good views on, I think it was HBO and Cinemax. We came out on that. And then they wound up just playing the director's cut, which isn't too different, but I mean, it's got some things. I think we talked about that on Losers Lounge, but yeah, it just started getting bigger and bigger, and I was like, oh man, I saw this whatever, like I was one of the first person to see this type bullshit. And it's been a fave for a long time. And as I said in the green room, played it for research purposes on the hotel bar TV last night on my Plex Pass, and everybody at the bar was like, I've never heard of this, I've never seen this. And one person even pointed out, they're like, oh, she's dressed up like the girl from Euphoria. And I had to like look that up. So apparently Sydney Sweeney in Euphoria dresses up like Alabama Whirly for
I love her. I love her even more now.
for a Halloween party. Go ahead.
Interesting.
I'll see if I can find a picture.
No, that's all I was going to say. Is I'm visualizing that right now.
Yeah,
and that's very distracting. There's a mental image you want to have around.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite something.
Yeah. So if we will go quiet for 15 minutes, you know why.
That's definitely not a bunch of keyboards.
Yeah.
Right now.
Cosmic Hold,
Oh my!
glad to have you on the stream. So and do share this with as many people as you can. Let's try and see if we can get up to 2K subs before the end of the year. And if you do want to send a super chat, a small amount will still do. It's I am still very appreciative to any amount that gets sent. But if you have if there's any billionaires out there who have a spare £1 million they can afford to lose, I will have no shame in accepting that. It'd be very dishonorable if I refuse.
We will shill for you.
Yes. So fuck it. It's kind of I wonder if
to
this
ask
movie...
Dudicus when the first time he saw it was.
Oh yeah, I already asked him.
Oh, did you? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I was kind of wonder if this movie might have become a bigger hit straight away if this came out after Pulp Fiction, because all right, Reservoir Dogs had just come out, but he was still like he had still just had one movie out, and Reservoir Dogs had already got like some kind of impact, but I don't think it was enough.
Competition. It's competition though. 1993 is the summer of Schindler's List, Jurassic Park. 1993 is huge, right? So there would have been so many of the big films in cinemas that this one would have kind of probably flown under the radar a little bit, right? So, I can understand why it underperformed, but then afterwards, the word of mouth got so strong around it. So, and I'm sure certain scenes, which we will touch on later, have stood out not just in the film, but in cinema as a whole.
I think this is the kind of movie that's just not going to do good at the box. I think it's the kind of thing that has to do good the way that it did on cable and on VHS and DVD. Right?
Yeah,
I think it kind of has to. Not that well, they didn't have DVD then, actually, did they?
Yeah, because I see this being like because some movies seem to work really well on the big screen, and then they just don't have the same impact when you get them on home video. But this is the kind of movie that. No, it's like I'm just so familiar with it being more on home video. I can't imagine this only being good on the big screen. Though I would like to see it on the big screen someday if it gets released. So, so this was like one of the films that Tarantino had sold as well, just so he could fund Reservoir Dogs, and the rest is history. And it's sort of easy to see. And there's definitely a lot of I think Tarantino and Tony Scott as well were kind of working together a little bit as well. Tony Scott was still directing it. It was still going to be his vision. It just had Tarantino's words on.
I know that when.
Go ahead.
No, please.
Of the people that have adapted stuff that he sold this and a few others, Killing Zoe and as was mentioned, Natural Born Killers. The ones that he had to set, like I feel like this one is the most Tarantino at and I said this last night to somebody that was sitting at the bar. Like if you plot me down in this apropos of nothing and I didn't know about this movie, I'd know this was Quentin Tarantino. Like he has all the Tarantino trademarks, the big Kahuna burger, the snappy quick dialogue, do I look like a beautiful blonde, big tits and an ass that tastes like French vanilla ice cream? I mean, that's a fucking Quentin Tarantino line if I ever heard one. The Mexican standoff that is invariably going to happen between multiple parties and things like that. All of that stuff is so, and I think Tony Scott does it well with that. So
The only thing
I was going to say, I think his faithfulness, I think, to the original screenplay. You can tell that he appreciated the material that he was working with. And there's
Well, not the ending.
The ending. Tarantino was really sort of like, whatever you do not give it a sappy Hollywood ending. Let him die, because in Revenge, the film you directed, she dies, and it's beautiful.
I know that he was, he did express his displeasure. He did express his displeasure, but I think in recent years, he's come out and said, that's pretty good. Yeah, I can see what's going on there. But there's a real poetry, I think, to Tarantino's dialogue, and so many people try to emulate it, and they just can't. They can't, because they don't have the same. They're not steeped in cinema the way Tarantino has been throughout his very, very early years as a child and working in video archive. And still loving movies and watching old movies even now that he's never seen. But there's a real snappiness and a poetry, I think, to everything that he writes. You can try. It's like a guy off the street trying to emulate Shakespeare. I'm not saying that Tarantino is as good as Shakespeare in any way, shape, or form, but it's kind of like that. You can tell the pretenders that they're not coming from the same place. I think he's an incredibly special writer, an incredibly gifted director.
I know, because he does a very good job at just kind of getting you to like Clarence at the beginning. So
yeah.
I feel like
but
go ahead.
Go on, Todd. You go first, mate.
In watching this thing again in recent years with a more, clinical mind, a more, breaking down things for videos type, critic type thing, I feel like Clarence is a very close self-insert, or maybe even idealized version of what Tarantino thinks that he is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because we always kind of envision ourselves to be a little bit more handsome, a little bit more smoother, until we actually see recordings of ourselves and realize I'm a bit of a fucking dweeb. I'm kind of depressed now.
You speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for my fucking self, man, all the time. But it's an insert done well, though, because
it is. Yeah.
He is a bit more psychotic than Quentin Tarantino. Or it might be the other way around. Who knows? Because we've said this in Losers Lounge as well, that there's hints that he might actually be a veteran as well. Like he might have been honorably discharged, dishonorably discharged, because he still has a wartime jacket, and he's got patches on that hints that he might have been in the army, some maybe.
Yeah.
But this is good subtext as well. You see he's just this lonely guy just trying to talk to. He's just trying to get some kind of companionship, share his trying to find some kind of common bond with someone. And the only bar is this big busty hooker played by the whore by
Anna Thompson,
Unforgiven, and the Crow.
Anna Thompson.
Her name, but what is it?
Anna Thompson.
Yeah. She was
That's actually the name, Anna Thompson.
Yeah, she's always
has she ever made a movie where she doesn't play a whore?
I know
she's a whore in every movie. Even in Bad Boys 2, or Bad Boys the first one, she's their secretary. It's okay, so she's a secretary role. But this turns out she's a whore. She got used by the drug dealer, so got a naked video of her, something like that. That's how she gave away the spoiler for 1995 film. But she's the one that was the mole working with the bad guys, because she's a whore. Why is she always a whore? It's her agent's just so I got a role for it. Is it a whore? I am Shakespearean trained, Bob. Is there a reason why I'm always get down on your knees and suck this thing right here? You'll do what I tell you to.
Just suck them all off and you got the job.
Typecast.
Yes.
All right. Well, in this one, it's a Western. Oh, finally, something of my talents. And it's you're going to be a whore. You're going to be a cut-up whore.
Yeah. She got that kind of bottle blonde, not quite Marilyn Monroe look. And I think that's what I think that's what they were going for here.
I always felt like she was like Temu Jennifer Tilly. Like if you bought Jennifer Tilly off of Temu, you would get this.
Yeah, she's not as good an actress. No, Jennifer Tilly's a better actress. That's for sure.
Yeah, she does. She always kind of looks a bit sad though in her movies. I always kind of feel sorry for her, but he thinks he's kind of got this bond with her as well because they mention he's talking about Elvis being this rockabilly and he's wanting to be himself bad. So there's something a little bit off about Clarence, and he's. So she says, I'd fuck Elvis. Well, maybe when he was alive, but not now. And he's like, well, we both fuck Elvis. So he's like, okay, I might be in there. But then he mentions the whole, he's going to get, why don't you come with me to see 3 Kung Fu movies, with Sonny Chiba. And it's like a big deal breaker for her. It's just like, it's because you kind of feel sorry for him a little bit as well. But he's kind of got a bit of a confidence, but at the same time, he might be a bit sort of awkward as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of a Travis Bickle about him, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but he's
that speech though.
Yeah, he does
that speech. You can tell he's practicing.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
Well, that speech, because we catch the end of that speech. Enough about the king. How about you? Because he uses that in Alabama as well. We catch the end of it. You know that it's something he's rehearsed, right?
Yeah.
That's his strategy for meeting girls. I've got my speech about Elvis and I'm going to use it. So you wonder how many times he's tried that same speech.
Yeah, he does use it, doesn't he? And okay, and the fact that Alabama is kind of like a hotter version of her as well, because she's dressed a little bit similar. She's kind of got the blonde hair and the sort of like retro sort of 1950s vintage look as well about her. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, hey, how you doing, man? Is this intro track on, man, or did I finally lose all my fucking hearing in the right? Yeah, I have no idea, man. So far, we get more people in the chat saying the same thing. It might be the stream. Who knows?
I didn't hear anything wrong with your intro. Sounded fine to me. I didn't hear anything because I was listening to it. I didn't hear anything bad with it.
Yeah, StreamYard's weird because last week on Admiral Teague's, I just could not hear anything. There was no sound, but apparently people in the audience could. So we had to cut it short anyway. So I'll probably let Admiral Teague know if we can go back on, and hopefully the StreamYard gods will not be against us. So.
Yeah.
So now we've got this the opening where we see in Detroit looking like pretty much west, and it was in Beverly Hills Cop. It's like and
but better than it is now.
Yeah, we got Bronson Pink Shot as well, which is another reference to Beverly Hills Cop there. So, because get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot.
There's
This is a very important place.
Yeah. Hey, Joshua Flores, how you doing, man? How you doing? Shut up, Matt. Glad to have you on, man. Really is. So yeah, and we got the music playing as well by Hans Zimmer, but it's kind of like his own little version of the theme from Badlands as well, because obviously Tarantino had some inspiration from Badlands, except and it even has a very whimsical narration by the female protagonist as well, doesn't it? That sounds very sort of like it's all romantic, it's all sort of very lovely, and even though we've got this movie where it's a kind of fucked up. But I think Clarence and Alabama are much more adorable together on screen than Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek, because those two are really fucked in the head in that movie. They really are.
Great film, though.
Yeah, you kind of wonder, is this the same Alabama that Mr. White was talking about in Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
Well, if it was intended to be back then, I don't know. But in watching a video that with apparently that's canon. That so it's weird because the timeline is very strange with his films, because you never really know when like some of them don't make sense to have come out before the events happen and blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean it's been established that she's the same Alabama that Mr. White worked with. So
yeah, because it is like, yeah, I do agree that it is canon, because they even say that Lee Donowitz is a relative to the bear character in Inglourious Basterds.
yeah, it's one of the. There's a whole. I think there's a guy that breaks down. I don't know what he is. I'll try to find it. There's a guy that breaks down like all the connections in the Quentin Tarantino universe, the Quentin Tarantino multiverse, the Tarantino verse, so to speak. So yeah.
Yeah, she does play it well. I mean, even though Patricia Arquette has kind of gone off the boiler in recent years, like she is at her fucking best here. Maybe her best since Dream Warriors, because she really was.
No. Yeah, because Dream Warriors, I had already kind of fallen in love with her, as a lot of teenage boys did. Because that came on cable, and I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah. It was so sad she was replaced in the next Nightmare on Elm Street film, and then she pops up in this, and I was like, holy crap, and so yeah, this is I would say this is her best role. I can't think of one better.
I know she's kind of got that very sort of
acting wise. Well, there's a TV series. Was it Medium?
Yeah, I've not seen it, so
I've never seen me. I couldn't speak. Yeah, I couldn't speak on that.
I've seen the sequel series, Large.
It's pretty small. So yeah, it does say that she came all the way from like Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
How dare you?
Yeah, and she's like, it's basically just a very whimsical speech. And if you'd have told me I was going to find my love in Detroit, I would never have guessed in a million years. And this whole speech about, sometimes things go bad, but at the same time it goes the other way as well, which is kind of like Tarantino's philosophy. You could have the pendulum swings both ways. You can have a period and then a great period. And there is something probably hinting at that as well later on in the movie, but obviously, she's a hooker. She's hired now to try and get Clarence paid for by his boss. I mean, best fucking boss ever, man.
That's so funny. That's what somebody else at the bar said last night. And my boss was actually sitting at the bar and said, my birthday's June 19th, boss, just so you know.
Yeah, she's doing the whole, oh my God, I accidentally done popcorn. I'm just a clumsy. And then He's not very reading the room as well. He's got this beautiful blonde just deciding to sit up next to him, and he's not thinking that something's up at the moment, is he? I mean, she's obviously very affable. She's not a horrible person. She's still playing nice, even though she's paid to do it. But I think there is still a sincerity to being nice to him, even though it's just a job. But she does seem very interested in the kung fu and he's obviously thinking, okay,
he does get there eventually, though. Hey, what does he say? Speaking of Shakespeare, I knew there was something rotten in Denmark. No way you could like me that much. I can't tell you how relieved I was when he took off your dress. You didn't have a dick.
How did Tarantino could write a line like that and make it work?
Yeah, well,
but they've got instant chemistry the moment they get together on screen. They really do. I mean, they must have auditioned loads of actors to try and get the right chemistry, because they've got to sell it, don't they? They've got to sell the fact that these two have to fall in love straight away.
Yeah.
I know. But this is another kind of like a reference to a later movie, because the movie they're watching is with Sonny Chiba, who would play Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill. It's like Tarantino must have been creaming his fucking Ned boxes the moment he realized he could get Sonny Chiba on his movies after referencing him. But yeah, they've obviously watched all three movies all through the night. They've enjoyed themselves, and she's like, what's going on back there? What's all that noise going on? I'm hearing noise in the background. What's going on there?
Nope.
It's all quiet now. It's all quiet. I was hearing a lot of like.
Not me.
All right, well, it's stopped now. Moving on. So yeah, she so
the flying elves are back.
Hello. So it must be those fucking migrants somewhere, just So
there's monetization gone.
Yeah, so she invites him to for a bit of cream pie. I mean pie after watching the movie, because it's kind of best tradition, So So it's like, yeah, I'd love to get pie. Of course, he's not going to fucking refuse. I mean, it's a beautiful blonde with big tits and an ass that tastes like French vanilla ice cream. So yeah, of course I'm going to have a bit of pie with her. I won't mind getting a bit of her pie and all. So yeah, once again, he uses that line, and but this time he knows he's in there as well because she's real keen on him. She knows she doesn't think he's a big dweeb for watching 3 kung fu movies in one night. You know, she's all for it. You know, he's found a common bond with her, and one of the questions he asks her as well, like, who is your turn-ons, turn-offs? And I think she mentions like turn-ons is Burt Reynolds, turn-off is Mickey Rourke, which people mistaken. Oh, she's kind of a cool vintage woman, but no, this was like from a script he had written in the 80s, you know, which kind of shows its age a little bit when he says all the Oscar-winning movies are all safe geriatric crap because in the 90s, Oscar winners killing it.
They make unwatchable movies from unreadable books.
I know, but the thing is though, by the time this movie came out, a lot of these Oscar winners were just like something for the snobs. You know, people were enjoying them. You had Unforgiven coming out. I mean, it won Best Picture in 1992, and it wasn't just movie snobs that loved that movie. Normal cinema goers loved it too. So yeah, this is where this is where the full Tarantinoisms, Tarantino insect comes in. He's a big comic book nerd, but he's got this smoking hot woman who's real cool. She's kind of trashy, but at the same time very sweet. And even Tarantino has admitted that Alabama is who he would have wanted his gal to be back in the days when he was this lonely nerd writing these scripts. But yeah, she does. I like the fact that she's already hinting that something's off when he asks her in a room full of people, "Why did you sit next to me?" And she's like, "Ask me that one a little bit later." No, it's the boyfriend one. I do apologize. The boyfriend one. Yeah, you know, ask that question a little bit.
Have you got a fella?
Yeah. But yeah, she does. She's obviously thought of a really lame excuse, saying, "Well, you seem like a nice guy," but. Invites her anyway because she's so sweet, and who wouldn't? And yet, once again, who is his boss? I want to see more about this. I want to see a movie about his boss. He seems fucking awesome. He's like his
boss is Lance from Pulp Fiction. What are you talking about?
Oh shit! Yeah. How did I not know that? Lance, we're on to you now. We're on to you. Yeah, it gives him money for him when he needs it, even though the place doesn't make a lot. It's like,
yeah, because Lance makes most of his money. Lance is a drug dealer. He's using the fucking comic book as like just a front, and and plus because he likes comic books and shit like that, and he likes to hang out, and of course he can fucking get a hooker and because with his fucking pal that has bad schizophrenia, who thinks he talks to Elvis and shit like that.
I know that's like you kind of got to. Go by the logic, like it's okay for a guy to talk to Elvis who talks him into fucking shooting a pimp in the dick. But yeah, she's like giving him all the googly eyes now. She's got the I'm falling in love with you because you read Spider-Man to me, and he's talking about the ring as well because it's kind of a very romantic moment where he's catching a ring. So she's obviously into it, which this is Tarantino fantasy, but it's Tarantino fantasy done well.
Yeah.
And obviously he starts to bump uglies with her, which is fucking great, boss. He gets to fucking bump uglies with her. Where's the clip? The clip as well. There it is.
Yeah.
I remember watching this as well. When I watched it on video, though, because of the fact that they have to cut off some of the frames at the side, you don't really get a lot of Patricia Arquette titty. So as soon as I got the DVD, the full actual image with the black bars, I was like, oh yes, finally some Alabama titties. Love it. But yeah, you really feel the cold here as well in Detroit. I mean, look, it looks fucking freezing. I want to put a Parker on right now. It looks so bloody cold.
Yeah, I don't imagine Detroit's super fucking nice during the winter time.
or in the summer.
Or in the summer.
That's the thing though, because Tony Scott directed
or the autumn or the spring.
Well, this is weird as well, because Tony Scott directed Beverly Hills Cop 2, and he made Detroit look like a fucking sun-kissed, utopia for a second there, in a way. Now here he's managed to somehow make Detroit look like an even bigger shithole for some reason. It's like she's obviously feeling guilty because I'm so in love with him now, but I'm a prostitute. I don't know what to do. I have to confess, and I love how it's like, wait, you're a whore? It's like, no, I'm a call girl. There's a difference. Oh yeah, so
is there?
Yeah. So you are a whore.
Yeah, what makes more money?
Only a woman can say, I'm not a whore, I'm a call girl. I have sex for money. It's not the same thing. Like, what? You're a whore. Tua Rossi, you are a whore.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not. I like even when she's looking like she hasn't got her makeup all wiped off and that, she still looks pretty fucking hot there. I don't know. Yeah.
What, all nice and pre-fucked, sitting out in the cold? You're a sick bastard.
You got to kill off the urges somehow. But yeah, this is where he finds out that his boss actually paid her to sleep with him as well. But she's like, and she left him a note as well saying, and if he wants to go, and if I should confess, and if he wants to tell you to go back to Drexel and go fuck yourself, then go back to Drexel and go fuck yourself. And he's like, wait, Drexel, what's a Drexel? It's like, shut up, I'm trying to come clean. You're my third customer, and I've been doing this 3 days.
No one believes that, Alabama. No one believes that.
Yeah, it's the rule of threes in American Pie. You know, if someone says something, you multiply it by 3, don't you?
Right, or divide it, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he takes the revelation like a man, like a real man would. There's no angst. There's just gratitude. It's like awesome.
I know. It's like he's very forgiving as well. I mean, his boss paid her for to have sex with him. It's like, that's an awesome boss. You know, you can't really be angry about it. And
what's there to forgive? Where's the forgiving part of that?
Nothing to forgive, baby.
Yeah.
How long? The only question I would have is like, how long do I have you for? Like, when does the time clock stop exactly?
Is this coming out of my benefits?
Yeah.
I wonder if Clarence has not gotten laid a lot as well. They actually say that he doesn't get laid much. So yeah, of course he's going to be a little bit more appreciative. You know, he's got his dick wet for the first time in a good long while, but now but she's actually saying she wants to actually be with him as well. But that line though, yeah, I'm so relieved when you took off your dress, you didn't have a dick. It's like it just came out of nowhere when I first watched it. I just laughed my ass off.
I use that line every time I sleep with a chick. I just tell her that. Yeah. I'm like, hey, just I want you to know how appreciative I am. What are you appreciative about? That we had sex? No, that you didn't have a dick. Wait, what?
I was like, yeah, stop being fucking calm about this. I'm trying to confess here. I'm trying to open up to you here. It's like, yeah, sometimes guys just don't think emotionally like that. We do kind of do shrug things off with a bit of humor because, you know.
I was looking at that sick Jeep Caravan sign behind us. couldn't be fucked.
You know, he doesn't do much during a stream, but when he does, it's all gems.
It's like Silent Bob, you know, he doesn't say much, but when he says something, it's like fucking gold, isn't it? That's it. That's the whole thing. I always love that. But he does confess that she loves him, and he's like, listen, you better mean it, because if you say you love me and you don't mean it, I'll fucking die. She's like, I'm not lying to you, and I promise from now on I never will. Also, you were lying to him earlier then, were you?
What's that worth? The promise of a woman.
Damn it, she's fucking rocking the leopard skin hair.
Oh god, dude, she is so next level hotness in this. But again, I have to say something. I must do my anti-smoking campaign. Look, white women, especially fair-skinned light women, don't smoke at a young age, or by the time you're 60, you're going to look like a mummified corpse. Like, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's bad. I get it. It was the era of doing that. But Jesus, man, it is just not. It's no bueno, dude. Like she's like, don't Google what she looks like now. You're gonna be so sad if you do. It's bad.
I know it's kind of weird now because Christian Slater is a lot more sexier than Patricia Arquette is these days.
Yeah,
he has not fucking changed. Christian Slater, he still looks the bloody same.
Yeah, I ain't no fag, but I'd fuck Christian Slater.
Yeah. But he's rocking the fucking rockabilly look as well. He's got that sort of 1950s blazer, that Elvis shirt on, everything, and he doesn't look like some guy trying to hide. It suits him, man. He's rocking it. He really is. So yeah, I think so. Obviously, looking at the emblem on his jacket, he's got to have been some kind of veteran then.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Negative.
Oh, is it negative then?
So that's got to belong to his dad. That's like Vietnam era Ranger. He's got a Ranger tab on there, Corporal stripes. That's almost for sure to have belonged to his dad, or he just picked it up at a fucking army surplus. Either way, I mean, it seems to be important to him. So I'm gonna guess that it probably belonged to his dad, but no, that he wouldn't. That's not what the coats look like in the 90s. So
yeah. So yeah,
that's like Vietnam. That's a Vietnam era coat.
Yeah, the vintage ones always seem to be like ones that look very trendy. I mean, they look good with jeans and sneakers. So yeah, at least do see a lot of people wearing them. I mean, look at the mods in the 1960s. They were all wearing like these M65 Parkers, M51 fishtail Parkers that were just thrown away because they were cheap and it kept the rain off their suits.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're married. He got married in his Elvis suit, and they're getting. And this is where he finally mentions Drexel, doesn't he? She's getting the tattoo. That's used on the front cover, which is awesome. But you do start to see a bit of an unhinged side to him here as well when she mentions about Drexel just beating up one of her friends, and it shows he's a good guy. It shows he's unhinged, but at the same time, he's a good guy. He's a very moral guy. And this is where we meet Drexel and his pals. And if you're gonna have assholes in your movie, have them say something funny that's both disgusting but makes you laugh at the same time. I mean, it starts off with them saying, "Hey, my fella here say you don't need no pussy." He's like, "What?" Samuel Jackson's like, "Hey, I eat every fucking thing. I eat the bird, everything." And it's like, wow, Samuel Jackson goes ass to mouth. I don't think I would want to hear that.
What?
I go motherfucking ass to motherfucking mouth, motherfucker. But Gary Oldman, though, fucking hell. I mean, I love the way he's just shot as well. He's shot close up at the Dutch angles.
Yeah.
It just kind of adds more intensity to his character.
Nobody at the bar recognized that as Gary Oldman. Not one person at the bar could tell that was Gary Oldman in that.
Because he was still doing, I think he had done that Sean Penn mobster movie, the Irish mobster movie. He was just coming off of Dracula before this. It was like Dracula.
It was, that's right. It was, yeah.
Yeah, because he was already like a TV actor for a while as well. He was a theatre actor. He'd done TV work with British dramas like The Firm and Meantime, and he was a proper working class actor as well, proper from the fucking streets of London. Yeah, he's become this very accomplished.
Sid and Nancy was his big breakthrough role.
It was,
I believe.
Alex, that's right.
Inside Level, correct me on that.
Alex Cox. Yeah, great film as well. Great film, Sid and Nancy.
There's a meme.
Alex Cox.
There's a meme that goes around and it says, one day you're going to be at the grocery store trying to pick out cereal and a couple things from the store, and you're going to make your way out to the frozen food section. And all of a sudden, you're going to hear somebody yell, "Cut!" And you're going to realize you were Gary Oldman the whole time. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
He also did a really good film called Prick Up Your Ears about, what's his name? Joe Orton, the playwright Joe Orton. It's that's a really good film, a very low budget British movie, but that's worth getting hold of and have a look at.
Yeah, check out The Firm as well.
Is The Professional the year after this?
Yes.
Yeah,
When's The Professional? It's the year after this.
He was really pulling off the American accent now as well. I mean, because he's proper full Cockney in The Firm and Meantime back in the 80s, mate. He really was, But I always kind of feel like Drexel is almost a little bit like his character Bex in The Firm, because he's kind of got that sort of like wild animal rage when he attacks someone. He really does. But yeah, look at him, man. Fucking that is a psychotic asshole. He's like he's a white guy who thinks he's black. He's a heroin addict. Everything. He's just a full-on psychopath. He's a pimp. He's a woman beater. Everything, and he's got no loyalty to these guys as well. But sorry, RT.
Oh, just drug dealer as well.
Oh yeah,
this is that fine, cynical bitch. Then you're you.
Yes, like
that's
doesn't he?
He's got that special kind of shotgun that blows you 10 feet in the air against the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Honestly, Tony Scott can really film these as well. He really makes them visible. He makes you feel the force of the weapons, doesn't he? The way he shoots it as well. He always uses like these sort of whip pan close-ups when shit goes down, doesn't he? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he might be inspired by Sam Peckinpah as well, because you see people fly in the air in slow motion with blood splattering out of them, and I always think Sam Peckinpah there.
I like Tony Scott for that. I like his visceral, the gun. I like it. It's very cinematic.
I know he's got the Dutch angle there as well. That's somehow it makes it even more visual. Sometimes when other movie directors use Dutch angles, it's to make you feel like you're in a place where nothing is right, and it kind of is, because nothing is right. People are going to get betrayed. People are very friendly, and 1 minute they're friendly, and the next minute they're being betrayed. Nothing is right in this scene. Nothing's and the fact that you got them getting blasted with a shotgun, it just makes it more intense. And he does this like sort of little shot that's far away, then he sort of cuts to a bit more of a zoom as Samuel Jackson falls. It's very stylish as well. I think I always kind of liked Tony Scott a bit better as well, because I think he's done more watchable films than Ridley.
Oh yeah,
some of Ridley's earlier stuff.
I think it was
wow.
Yeah. I think Ridley Scott seems to be focusing on, thinking that he is now, because he's done a few very, very good films, and let's face it, some of his films they're not just good, they're brilliant works of art. I think that he thinks that he's always going to retain that, and it doesn't matter what he does, they're always going to be great works of art. I mean, they're perfectly executed movies. They're no bloody good. But they're decently executed movies. Whereas Tony Scott, I think he found a groove that he was very, very comfortable in, and he was fine with that. I think he has more of a distinctive style, Tony Scott, than Ridley Scott, personally.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say Ridley Scott's style has evolved or devolved, I suppose. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, you're right. Like his early films, like Blade Runner, The Duelist, that's just incredible.
It is incredible. Yeah.
I tell you what, Tony Scott may have the edge on Ridley Scott for, especially in this film, pacing. I'd say he's got the edge on Tarantino for that too. This film paced perfectly, right? Like we've had the transition from the relationship. Now we need to intercut to, what's the Drexel? And now we need to see what the Drexel is. We have a short sort of action sequence, raise attention, and then Clarence's bathroom session with his imaginary best friend. Sorry.
It just kind of establishes well that, we know Clarence is going to go after this Drexel, and we're seeing what kind of person he's going up against as well. So, it's kind of, like you said, raising a bit more tension here. And you are kind of wondering now, how is this guy going to handle himself against this psycho nut job? Hey, Mog, K8B, how you doing, man? I don't know if this is the first time you've been on this channel. If so, I hope we can see more of you on future streams as well. I mean, hope you're doing okay as well.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, so Mr. E, how you doing, man? So Ridley Scott's style is from good to bad to worse. Yeah, it's Ridley Scott can do kind of a little bit more of the what's the term?
Shit.
Yeah, he's kind of more. he's always a bit more like someone who likes a bit of thought put in their film, but Tony Scott, he's kind of like he just wants to entertain his audience, doesn't he? You know, there's not.
Are you saying he's pretentious? Are you saying that?
Yeah, pretentious. I think is probably the most appropriate word. I think he overthinks. He overthinks, and when he overthinks, he thinks that he is the only one that's right, and he really isn't.
Yeah, Tony Scott's like the one you could have a beer with.
Yeah,
I think it's that law of depreciating value that Tarantino's sort of boxed himself in with that 10 film thing, and I don't know that he specifically called out Ridley, but I mean, I think we all kind of know it's like you can, and it's been a thing. Martin Scorsese's kind of fall victim to the same thing.
Yeah,
James Cameron, it's like they start sniffing their own farts for too long, and they start coming up with these more. I think the last Ridley thing that I really enjoyed was The Martian, and that was 2015. So, I mean, that says a lot about where things are at. Luckily for Tony Scott, he died, so he's dead. So he ain't gonna keep making fucking bad films. So that's sometimes you just die, and sometimes that's better for everybody if you just die.
It's never established why he took his own life, though. That's the thing. I mean, there's rumors that he had a brain tumor, but apparently that was debunked. So who knows? Did he know something? I know we're getting the tinfoil hat on here a little bit, but nice.
I think it's a terrible loss. It's one of the great losses, I think, for us as an audience, not to be able to see another brand new Tony Scott movie. I think it's a terrible, terrible loss for us, and that's from a purely selfish point of view. But back to Ridley Scott and Tarantino. There's a very interesting Hollywood Reporter. I don't know whether you've ever watched the Round Table with Ridley Scott and Tarantino with the Hollywood Reporter show, where you can kind of see that Tarantino is slightly calling out Ridley Scott for doing the prequel to Alien, and then he kind of ribs him for being one of the producers for the sequel to Blade Runner. It's quite interesting. There's a lot in that, because in one breath Ridley Scott's saying, I don't really like to do sequels. I'm not really interested in sequels. And then that's when Tarantino comes out with Prometheus, and then Blade Runner 2049. It's worth watching. Have a look it's on YouTube. Hollywood.
Yeah, is that the same one where Denzel Washington was talking about? Yeah, jobs to a hop. They weren't too bad. While every other actor was like, "Oh, being an actor is so hard, man, so hard."
It's definitely in the same series, but this one was a number of different directors. They're all directors around the table. Interesting. It's genuinely worth a watch.
Yeah, I always like it when directors just don't give a shit, though. I would do, because a lot of them are these total lovers, aren't they? They're just trying to play the game. And, say everyone's always so lovely, but sometimes we need a director who's like, yeah, that guy was kind of a prick. I don't give a flying fucking a donut what Al Pacino says about me.
Yeah. What's the flying fucking a rolling donut? I think is that was
flying fucking a rolling donut. Yeah.
That's a great quote, isn't it?
Yeah. Rest in peace, William Friedkin.
Bless your heart.
On the street.
How cute is Alabama just sitting here? She's just happy in his little apartment that's almost surely like above the fucking comic book store.
I think it is. I think it is.
It's just basically a closet. She's just happy to be watching Kung Fu John Woo shit and making little fucking like and making little noises and drinking her champagne, and like she's just adorable. Like
I like the fact it looks a bit messy as well. It looks very disorganized a little bit. She hasn't really given that apartment the woman's touch yet, because that's definitely how a guy who's been single for too long ties his apartment.
Oh, there's no way Alabama's doing fucking laundry and shit. That ass is too hot to be fucking like. She's just like, he's like, you better clean your shit up. I ain't doing it. What are you talking about?
Maybe, get rid of that white flower as well, because that's dying. I think you might need to change those flowers pretty soon. But he's obviously still thinking about Dredd that's playing on his man. And once again, some good visual storytelling. She's enjoying it. He's out of focus as well. And then the camera starts to focus on him. It cuts close to him as well. thinking
good
about
directing.
what he's
That's good directing.
Mm.
That's when you have shots like that, that's when you know you're in the hands of a good director that knows how to tell a story just with the alteration of focus like that.
And then you got the Hans Zimmer music as well. Just it's really ominous and haunting, and it makes it even more disturbing when you see him talking to an imaginative Elvis, played by Val Kilmer. You know, another Tony Scott, former Tony Scott co-star from Top Gun. But yeah, it's what he says is it's obviously his own thoughts though that's telling him it. It's just in the form of Elvis, is like, yeah, just kill the fucker. I mean, cops not going to give a fuck about killing a pimp. They'll probably celebrate. All you have to do is just get away. Just don't walk around with a smoking gun in your hand, and you'll be clean. You know.
Maybe don't leave your driver's license.
Yeah, don't leave your driver's license. Yeah, he's not too smart, is he? He's dangerous. He's very dangerous. He's ruthless when he wants to be, and pretty much fucked in the head, but not too smart. But yeah, he's managed to convince himself through the spirit of Elvis to just take out fucking Drexel. I think he does. He is making the excuse that he's going to get things, and he probably will get things anyway because why not? Guy's going to be dead. I can get the things. There we go. But yeah, you never see Elvis's face or anything. You don't need to. It just makes it a bit more disturbing and a little bit more creepier. So yeah, he shows up at the at Drexel's place as well. He's like, "Who the fuck are you? I'm here for Alabama's things." And I like how Drexel just kind of is like analyzing him as well. He sees him standing there all stoic, and he thinks, yeah, this guy's trying to be a fucking tough guy, but he has no idea who he's up against, Yeah. I'm much more fucking dangerous than him. And he kind of underestimates him as well, doesn't he?
Well, I always make sure, due to this, I always make sure that in my books, in my stories, that the protagonist will sit down and eat with the fucking bad guy, just start fucking grabbing his food and start chowing down. I always make sure I do that because it's just like, yeah, that's right. I don't give a fuck. I ain't got a care in the world.
Yeah, because that's what.
Do you have everything from a Diddle-Eye Joe to Damned If I Know?
Yeah.
Once again, this is good subtext. What's not being said is what's giving us this very uneasy feeling. It's ramping up the tension, isn't it? And obviously, Clarence is sort of trying to be intimidating for Drexel as well, because I think there may be a part of him he wants to have this resolved without any bloodshed at all, but and the only way to do that is just to be just as psychotic as he is, or come across psychotic. But obviously, it doesn't go well. Drexel just still kind of sneers at him, doesn't he? He gets very arrogant with him. He's like, "I know I'm pretty, but I ain't as pretty as a couple of titties." But I do love that. I just love it when he hands him the envelope saying, "This is me paying off Alabama. It's a piece of mind. It is all paid in full, not a penny less." And he opens it and it's empty, and he's like, "Yeah." And I think Drexel almost admires him despite being insulted. He's like, "Motherfucker, you know what we got here? Motherfucking Charlie Bronson, Mr. Majestic." So it's pretty much is what tips him off as well. He he decides, you know what, fuck this guy, and just throws the tray at him. They start getting into this fight as well, and it's very bloody. You get these extreme close-ups, just sort of like making the violence seem a bit more unfocused, because that's what happens when you get into a fight. You don't always focus so much. You're too busy just trying to get the other fucking fella. You're never always thinking straight. You're in a very heated situation, and Tony Scott captures this really well with the extreme, quick, edited close-ups and the Dutch angles here. But yeah, this made me wince as well when he just sort of like throws his head back and breaks the guy's nose. It's you just hear the crunch of the nose, everything. It's nasty. But they get the better of him as well. He's beaten and bloody, and Drexel's like, must have thought it was white boy.
Of course they do.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't white boy day, is it? It's like, no, it ain't white boy day. So he gets the license as well. He knows where Alabama's living. So you're thinking, oh my God, shit, has he lost? Are they going to get Alabama? Is she going to be danger? But then he whips out the gun that was set up earlier, and He shoots him in the motherfucking dick.
Luckily, he has one of those 8-shot revolvers. That always helps.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing.
Lucky that.
Yeah, if you're gonna get into a fight with a fucking psychotic comic book nerd in a Vietnam jacket, make sure you have something hard around your crotch because he's gonna shoot your dick off.
Oh, dude, you shot him in the dick. Huh? That's not cool, Butters. You don't shoot a guy in the dick.
You know, one of the things that I didn't realize until a recent viewing, maybe last night, but I feel like I thought it before, but I didn't like completely conceptualize it. When he said, "I'm her husband," and he goes, "Well, hell, that makes us practically related." I mean, obviously he fucked her. And that's really why, you know, it's not about him smacking around some other chick or something like that. This is about the guy. This is a guy that fucked your wife. And he's a dirty fucking pimp that thinks he's fucking black and blah blah. Like, this is why Clarence is doing this. This is the entire subtext right here.
Actually, I think he might have done less. I think he might have maybe raped her or something like that.
You don't have to. You don't have to do that to whores, especially when they're yours. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Nice rhyme.
Thanks.
It goes to show how he's underestimated him as well, doesn't it? He's like, nah, I'm the mad dog in this fucking house, and but now he's finally seen just how even more psychotic Clarence is when he needs to be, because he's like, open your eyes. He has to see him in the eyes before he shoots him in the face. That is so cold, man. I love it. But obviously, because he mocked him as well, he's like, you thought it was funny, eh? You thought it was a joke? Well, fuck you, you piece of shit. And I like how he goes full on crazy with the prostitute as well. He's like, just get her fucking things and pack it all up. He doesn't double check either to see if it's things. He doesn't double check to see if it's cocaine or anything like that. No, he just gives them this suitcase. He goes out with it, and he doesn't open it until he gets back home.
I mean, really, he should. He told her grab Alabama's things, and I mean, in the heat of the moment, I'm sure the other hooker probably thought that was Alabama shit. Like she doesn't know. She's just trying not to get shot in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know, and again, why would he check? Because if it wasn't cocaine, he wouldn't know what the fuck Alabama shit is. He'd just be like, yeah, so like bra and panties and fucking halter tops and stuff. Like, he's not gonna know what is specifically her shit. It's not like she was like, go get the watch, it's on the little kangaroo. It's not like she told him something specific like that. See what I did there?
Yeah, that's
very nice.
Yeah, so she automatically thought Alabama had like a shitload of fucking uncut coke. I mean, she's a dumb bitch. Seriously, how many hookers? If Alabama really did have that stuff, she wouldn't need to be a fucking hooker, would she? But it's kind of a little lapse in logic, but it doesn't really harm the movie anyway. So it moves the story along.
I don't know. It is a hilarious mix-up, and shenanigans ensue because of this little mix-up. And honestly, he just committed two murders.
Thinking straight, she was just throwing everything she could. Because apparently Alabama, for how long she is, maybe this hooker didn't really have much of a close relationship with Alabama. She was like another hooker as well, or just saw as another hooker who could be here today, then gone tomorrow. You know, depending how useful she is.
It's just the gritty reboot of
4 days.
Mm. But this fucking scene made me laugh as well. He just comes back all bloody eating, and he doesn't really fuck around either. He just comes out and says, I killed him. She just comes out with it, and she's like, he starts crying, and he's like, hey, well, do you fucking love him? He ain't worth one of your tears. Do you love him? And she's like, I think it was so romantic. Well, yeah, you fucking killed a guy for her. Yeah, she's horned up. Violence horns up women. It does.
Yeah, it does. They love it.
Yeah, so now they open the case and they realize they've got a shit ton of cocaine in there, and Jesus Christ, they're in a bit of a pickle now. This is where we meet Dennis Hopper. This is where we meet his dad, played by Dennis Hopper, and it's never really established whether he was a Vietnam vet, but it probably was, but he's not really he doesn't seem to be a really big time cop. Maybe a small time cop who's just doing like the shitty little small jobs, maybe because He's a lot older now as well, and he's been a recovering
I think he's
alcoholic.
retired.
Yeah, he's a retired cop. He's doing security work now.
Retired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Security stuff. Yeah. And it might be one of Dennis Hopper's more normal roles where he's not playing a madman or a stoner or anything like that as well. He's actually just it's a very restrained performance. Because I mean, not too long ago we was watching Red River, and you can tell Dennis Hopper was just doing whatever the fuck he liked in that movie, and I was kind of sorry. But you do start to see that they've not really had much of a relationship as well. It's just, and you can see on his face, he's like, "Oh my god, this is like what? We've not seen each other for a long time, and you've got this woman here, your wife, and he's your hooker. What's going on?" I mean. But yeah, apparently he does finally, he does stop sort of being friendly. Then he tells him, "I'm in serious fucking trouble." He's like, "What do you mean serious trouble?" "Well, I shot a pimp in the dick, and then I screamed like a madman and shot him twice in the face and threatened his hooker and stole a lot of cocaine." It's like, nothing too big, nothing to get excited about. And he's like, "What the
Left my driver's license behind."
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, man? You show up after all this time and you come out with me. You come to me with this bullshit. What do you want from me? And obviously, Clarence just wants to get some closure, doesn't he? He wants to make sure that there's no police investigation into any of this, and that he, and that he might be in the clear. Obviously, he's reluctant to help as well because, the relationship between them hasn't really been that good. But he does sort of call him back to his alcoholism as well. And you sort of already know that as well, that he was an alcoholic when he says, "Do you drink beer?" And he's like, "I can, but I don't." And that's, once again, that's very good. Not spelling it out for the audience, just by the way he said it with this sort of like contempt and regret. I used to be a drunk and I'm not too proud of it. And he does sort of use that against him as well to try and get him to help him out. But eventually he does calm down and he says, "Listen, if you don't want to help, that's okay, And yeah. Who the fuck asks a woman to get a beer at 9 o'clock unless you're a serious alcoholic? I mean, so yeah, we've come across these scenes before in Losers Lounge, just talking about every single inspiring actor in LA just trying to find that one job and just not getting fuck all. And Michael Rappaport is doing a good job just sort of being this bad actor auditioning. It's like, well, where the fuck did he come from? Don't you stand there, shoot him, get him. Which,
I think it's Constance Farrell's voice that makes this scene. When the first time she called him, "Dick Ritchie! Dick Ritchie!"
Is she the housekeeper from 2.5
Men? Yeah, 2.5 Men.
She is.
That's the one.
Yeah, she died a few years back as well. So, yeah, she was a very funny actress, though. She was always I don't think I've ever seen a bad performance from her.
No, she's good.
Yeah. And she's just playing a straightforward, audition, casting director or whatever. It's she's like, "Thank you very much. You're a very fine actors." And I remember Enzo in the Losers Lounge saying, "Why are you lying to me?"
Well, I mean, that's the irony is that he gets the part, but it's
he
like,
does, yeah, he does. It's
who died that he got the part? Like,
I was thinking that.
On the new TJ Hooker of all
doesn't she say? I maybe I heard it wrong, but doesn't she say the other goon is Peter Berg, famous fucking director and fucking character actor from like Collateral and isn't that in Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, from Banshee.
Yeah, Peter Berg.
Yeah, I thought that was him. Yeah.
I don't know. I might have heard that wrong, but I think that's what she says. I think she says Peter Berg is playing Johnny and you're playing Tommy or whatever. And I was like, did she say Peter Berg? Was Peter Berg that low on the totem pole back then? Or was that like a dig at Peter Berg that like Tarantino threw in there? Like
that's a dig. that's a Tarantino dig.
Yeah.
Well, that was before he was on Chicago Hope, right?
Right.
Yeah. In the original script, True Romance was not chronological like Dogs and Fiction. Yeah, I can totally believe that. I would love to go into an alternate universe where Tarantino actually directed this movie. I think it would be a little bit more slower, and there would be a little bit more dialogue and probably more feet as well, because you know him. But I do love Dennis Hopper's performance here as well. It's so unlike his other performance. It's so normal. It's more humble, and he actually does come across a guy that's basically just trying to make do with the best of it, whatever life he has left now. He's made some bad choices, but he's just a very, very honest guy. Just and even when he's a bit pissed off seeing his son for the first time, bringing his wife in, he's still trying to be a good dad to it.
Yeah,
be the loving dad. I mean,
I'm sure the dog's name is intentional.
Yeah, Rommel.
Yeah, Rommel. Yeah, you mentioned that in the Losers Lounge. I was watching it earlier, so a little bit earlier as well. So I remember that now. But eventually, he is helping him out as well. He found out that so far Drexel was kind of using the products himself. When he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to be like helping these mobsters sell these drugs, but
Lulu Boyle.
This is great. This is great verisimilitude, because it's like there's a bunch of stuff that he does that's great, and some of it's in the writing, a lot of it's in the writing, but a lot of it's also in the performance. And one of the things is that so him digging into it, his information is mostly correct, but not all the way correct. And then because Clarence is either forgotten or not realizing it or just embarrassed, he doesn't tell his dad, hey, I lost my, I think that guy had my driver's license. I think I left my driver's license at the fucking crime scene. So because, and I feel like Clarence does know that he did something that stupid. And that's why he came to him, just like, hey, are they on to me? Did I lose my driver's license someplace else? Did it get ripped up? Did it get, lost? Like that might be why, I need to ask dad to just kind of see where the cops are at or whatever. And because Clarence is a fly-by-night criminal as opposed to a criminal, he doesn't know why that information is important. Whereas his dad, having been a cop, would have been like, oh, fuck, if the cops don't have it, then the fucking mob definitely does. So, we're in fucking danger. So, and that's good, because one, it helps the plot, but it also helps the fact that, that is just enough information that it would be slightly wrong. Like he does know that this happened. He does know it's maybe the cops are saying it was some dust up between Lulu Boyle and Drexel and yada, 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 but he doesn't know all of it because one, Clarence didn't give him all the information, and two, you're getting word of mouth. Like, it's like, hey, John, I just wanted to ask about that one case. And, John's busy doing whatever. So he's like, okay, whatever, Bob. And, kind of gives him just a little bit of, whatever the scuttlebutt is. And that's why, what happens after this is what happens.
Yeah. It's why Alabama is caught by surprise by Virgil.
Right.
In the hotel room.
Right.
Well, they don't see it coming.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Tox, because, you're an authority on things criminal. Do you think that the mob obtained Clarence's driver's license because A, they got there first, or B, corrupt cops would have passed it on to someone on the payroll?
A corrupt cop, cop gave that up. Yeah, they had either a subordinate or Vincent Concadia, played by Christopher Walken himself. Yeah, he was like, so what happened over here? Somebody was like, hey, Vincent, yeah. We did find something. What's it worth? I could use a little extra bump in my pay this month. Oh yeah, of course. You're gonna have it. It just came as a little more Travolta than Christopher Walken, to be fair.
Can you say cantaloupe? Can you do a Chris Walken cantaloupe?
You're a cantaloupe.
Oh yes. Oh, my life is now fulfilled.
Acting. I think so. I think probably they had an in with the cops, and then you could even guess that maybe the information that the dad got, why it was slightly wrong, is because they told him to give him disinformation. So I mean,
Yeah,
it could
because
be.
they find out where the dad lives, don't they? So
Yeah.
maybe it was one of the crooked coppers that gave the address to Don Vincenzo.
Yeah.
Yes, I kind of believe that. It does actually add more layers to it as well, because it sort of explains why the coppers are investigating them. Because if they saw his license there, they're probably the honest ones anyway. Probably would be looking for it. So he's kind of relieved as well, doesn't he? And he's like, okay, you get along there, and I really like Alabama, and I think you two make a good couple. So they kind of end on good terms, which is kind of nice as well, because this is the last time he's going to see his dad now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
On that note, right? On that note, just you notice throughout the film that the main sort of title theme, "You're So Cool," plays, and it plays during the scene too. But it plays almost every time someone says "I love you," or it's an unspoken, because it plays once between Clarence and Dick at the end, and like Dick's gonna say something like "You're my best friend, I love you," right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the it's a leitmotif in the film that I think works very effectively.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and Nix is back as well. It's been a while, man. I sent a message on X just to see how you were, because you've been gone quiet the last couple of weeks. So yeah, glad to up and running again. And
what up, Nix?
I know, man. It's been so long. Good to see you again, man. I hope you're feeling a lot better, man. And yeah, happy belated Easter. Yeah. And yeah, back when we did Losers Lounge, we were both questioning why the fuck Alabama is sucking face on the dad. It's like, just give him a little kiss on the cheek. That's it. You don't need to go full on.
Well, she's hedging her bets, isn't she? She's like, if this doesn't work out with him, I'll take your dad.
Yeah.
Holy crap, your dad is Dennis Hopper?
I love Easy Rider.
I love the Super Mario movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, not the Super Mario movie.
I married the wrong woman.
No.
Well, he definitely has some more cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, he was definitely needing his oxygen mask then, wasn't he?
Oh God. Oh, that's a blue velvet coat there.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Every fucking actor is so great in this, though. Every actor just gives 100%. I mean, we're seeing actors sort of like even before they started becoming big. Brad Pitt was already nearly on his way to becoming a big actor around this time, anyway, wasn't he? I think he had done like a couple of like early little movies. I know he did that Cool Well film a couple of years back as well, when he was younger.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, Thelma and
1989.
Louise as well. Yeah, and everyone is good. Michael Rappaport's good as well. He's actually very likable as this sort of like wannabe actor who's, he's kind of got this shit roommate. And I think Enzo's mentioned it better when his Floyd is like every shitty roommate Tarantino has had in his youth, I guess, if I remember correctly.
Well, that's casting. What you're talking about is the one of the things we're gonna, I'm sure we'll all touch on, and everyone's noticed, is the casting in this film, even in the smallest roles.
Yeah,
is superb. Only Christopher
like
Nolan today would do it like this.
I feel like Tony called in a lot of favors for the, you know what I mean? Like he just got a lot of people.
Yeah,
that was another comment that was made at the bar last night. Was like, they're like, damn, Brad Pitt's in this. Damn, Sam Jackson. Oh, Sam Jackson's dead. It's like, damn, Tony Soprano's in this.
Yeah, and James Gandolfini would later go on Crimson Tide as well, because this is definitely one of his earlier roles as well before he became well known as Tony Soprano. He'd already done a few small bits here and there. He did Get Shorty as the stuntman, and he was in the Joro movie with Alec Baldwin as well. And he definitely made an impression in that movie, even though it was a very small role.
Well, Chris Penn, Tom Sizemore, right, in small roles.
Sizemore as well, man. And Bronson Pinchot obviously is hilarious, and you got Val Kilmer, even though you don't see
Saul why does everyone sleep on Saul Rubinek as a character actor?
Yeah.
The guy plays
his name, Lee Donowitz. The guy plays Lee Donowitz. Yeah.
Saul Rubinek's the actor.
Does anyone?
He's in one of the absolute.
Yeah,
go on.
Does anyone know?
No, you go first.
Well, stop talking. Does anyone know who he's based off of? This character in this movie?
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, was it back in the day? I don't know.
Joel Silver.
Joel Silver.
Wow, was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He totally based him off of Joel Silver. They're like,
was a
you know,
script that
Joel
was-
Silver, that is him through and through.
Yeah,
I
this
can
was
see it now.
in the 80s, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
so maybe Tarantino.
Yeah.
Did Tarantino actually meet Joel Silver then in that time? I don't know.
No, I think it was more of a Tony Scott decision than a Tarantino thing. I'm sure Tarantino just wrote him as like a dickhead director, over the top, Jewish, just fucking cokehead type situation. But I think it was Tony Scott's more like, channel a little bit of this. And this is how Joel is. This is something you would say. Don't fucking cut me off. I'll fucking have you killed.
I like
To the fucking lane.
I like Lee Donowitz. He's a fucking asshole, but he seems like
He's
fun
great.
to hang out with.
He's great.
Yeah, he's
He
good.
is, yeah.
I say that when I'm driving. To the fucking lane.
Yeah. Don't you give me that finger? I'll fucking have you killed.
You can
Yeah,
take
but
your
think about
fucking
the actor, though.
backyard and burn it. I
Oh,
treated you like a son.
I treated you like a son, and you stabbed me in the heart. Fuck you. Fuck. Oh man, this is.
Yeah, you do feel
That-
sorry
well,
for him.
that's
Yeah, you do feel sorry for him in that scene a little bit. He does go very over dramatic.
Yeah, he
but
gets
he's a
outburst.
producer, isn't he? So it makes sense he would be so over dramatic. But so yeah, this is where they ring Dick in his shitty little house somewhere in California, and he introduces her to Alabama as well. Oh well, get the fuck out of here! You got married, man. What the hell? And he's sitting on the toilet and not realizing he's out of fucking toilet paper, which just gets a big laugh. Yeah, you're already getting the idea what kind of a roommate Floyd is as well without seeing him. You haven't seen him yet, but just from that sentence alone, like, Floyd, you're the last piece of toilet paper. But of course, they get horny in the.
Look at the contrast.
Yeah.
Look at the contrast. Clarence is shagging the girl of his dreams. Everything's coming up Clarence, and Dick's sitting on the toilet with no goddamn toilet paper and the world's slackest roommate. That's the contrast between their fortunes.
And I fucking they just fucking get so horned up. They're so happy to get out in the sun away from cold Detroit. They think, yeah, let's have a night. Let's shag in this fucking phone booth. Anyway, the heat's getting me all horny, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it goes real well. It just when you've got Chantilly Lace by the Big Bopper playing on it as well, it just makes the scene so much funnier as well.
Well, this is when shit. This is like brand new couple bullshit. Like this is the shit you can get away with when you're a brand new. Like when you could pick her up on some fucking phone book and rail her out in public in a fucking phone booth out in the desert. Like this is the shit you could get away with at the beginning of stuff. Like this is not like 6 months or a year into the relationship. This is when it's still new and in the first week, and you're like, hey, you think we could throw another chick into the mix? Can we do some butt stuff? Like this is when stuff gets, when you can still get it, like, hey, listen, baby, it's been a long drive. Why don't you help a brother out? Get your mouth down there, get the sucking. But yeah, this is not shit that fucking happens anywhere in fucking real life or whatever. But that's
well, because true romance is a fantasy. Once again, it's Tarantino's kind of fantasy. Is
facts.
He's used something he's fantasized about, but he's still managing to find a consistent way of telling a story about it, because he is a very story kind of guy. Even when he was playing with action figures, he would always form a story first before he started playing with them, because it had to be like a movie to him. That's kind of been how his mind has worked whenever he's writing. But it is funny as well. It adds some levity because sort of eases a little bit of tension before the really hard stuff comes later, which is when we meet Don Vincenzo, and even the dog is getting the Rich has just fucking lost his toilet roll, and this has got to be one of the best one scene only appearances in the movie, apart from Drexel's in like 2 scenes, but
in any movie, like this scene,
it's just
something special.
Just one scene, and I don't know whether he steals the entire scene or steals the show through this performance, but it's just calm. It's there's no screaming or shouting. It's just this sort of like very sort of softly spoken voice softly spoken but very intimidating tone of voice, just enough to know this guy means business. Yeah, the way he calls himself the Antichrist. You've never seen evil so personified as in the face of the man who killed you. That is such a. You've got to be one cold motherfucker to actually say a line like that and actually mean it. And he definitely proves it. He really does. But I like how nothing. It basically what is not being said here that makes it more makes the scene more intense as well. Like he's letting him know that he's Sicilian. He knows the pantomime. He knows how he can read people when they tell a lie.
Yeah, but that works against him though, doesn't it? Because it
does.
That's how he's able to. He's because whether that bit of weirdo history shit that he's saying is true or not true, I happen to believe that it is true. Whether it is, he believes it. So and he's like, okay, if this goes on for too long, they're gonna get some shit out of me. So I better piss him off so that he fucking kills me. And that's very exactly what happens. And it's like, this guy's gonna get the better of me. I'm not getting out of this. So let me not sell my fucking son out, in doing so. But yeah.
Yeah, because he antagonizes him, doesn't he? He drives him to want to kill him, and Italians have a bit of a prejudice against black people as well. So how do you insult an Italian? Tell him he's
really
from Niger's. It's
yeah.
It's so good as well, just the way it's shot, everything. I love the natural light coming out of the windows. Tony Scott seems to do a really good job of doing that, doesn't he? Just sort of
does.
His face is almost sort of in the shade, and it just makes him even more menacing. Like, just how even darker as well, literally darker. But he does he is sort of like trying to at least see if he can talk his way out of it, even though he knows it's totally hopeless. But that's the thing. We're still going to try and find a way to survive, even if there is no way out of it.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think he knows exactly what he needs. He comes, Dennis Hopper, the character, I guess if there is a win and lose in this scene, he knows he's going to die sooner or later. He knows these guys are going to kill him. So he sets it up in the way that he actually comes out on top, that he aggravates them and doesn't give away where Clarence is. Well, till a few seconds later, but he gets the better of Cocotti in this scene, which is what makes it so great. I'm watching it on the TV in the background, and just without sound, just the expressions alone. These are two great actors at the top of their game, giving it everything. In a fantastic performance like this scene. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't make it today for a number of reasons, right? But you could just watch this scene and go, fuck, this is a great movie. Like you wouldn't even see the rest of it. You would know.
A masterclass in writing, a masterclass in as Northern pointed out, the aesthetic, the lighting, all of that stuff. And then, these two powerhouse actors who again, top of their game, been doing this shit for years and years, just giving it everything they got in this scene, playing this game of chess with each other and just fucking it. I mean, it just the most brutal thing that he's so Christopher Walken's character is so taken aback when he first says it.
He's like, come again.
Come again.
Watch Tarantino's commentary on it as well. As soon as Christopher Walken gives that look and says, "Come again," Tarantino's laughing his ass off at it. It's like,
oh man, I read a lot.
I do love the little facial moments as well when Dennis Hopper lies to him, saying, I haven't heard of him in 3 years. I don't know what you're talking about, and he kind of. Christopher Walken gives him this little look as well, just like he's trying to analyze his face right before he punches him as well, which is kind of like
you see that? That's as good as it's going to get, and it's never going to get that good again. I know you know where they are.
And the thing is, I don't know. I think he is kind of trying to hope he doesn't have to resort to any drastic measures and just get the information, because he's actually kind of he even says, "I implore you not to go down that road." He even makes up this story like he's just slaughtered every single person to try and get him to actually sell his son out, and it's obviously, thankfully, his dad doesn't believe him. He's like, yeah, he's definitely fucking lying to me to try and give up my son, which I'm not gonna do. But yeah, he's like, but your son, fuck it, like he is, left his driver's license in the dead man's hand.
So he gave it a watch. I put it up my ass for 3 years.
I even had the driver's license up my ass. I could pull it out and show you.
Your son would be damned if he's gonna give up his driver's license to the dirty yellow bastards. I made a joke last night. I made the entire bar laugh that when after Dennis Hopper goes on the long rant, you know, they're like, your great grandmother fucked a Niger. After he said, I was like, the director was like, Dennis, your line was supposed to be, I don't know where my son is, I promise.
Yeah,
what really sucks is
man. Just give me my sex doll I use to because I'm haunted by the death of my girlfriend because I'm feeling kind of
What really sucks is that right in the middle of this rant, we had a couple African American people check into the hotel right at that second. So
awkward. Awkward.
Well, that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I was like, what name is the reservation under? Eggplant? I mean, Edgerton? What was it?
Oh.
So anyway, the boss is mad. We lost a couple customers. I'm kidding.
Maybe. That's the thing, though. It was apparently one of Tarantino's black relatives or something back when he was living in black areas, which he claims to have done in his youth. I think some old black lady told him this story about how the Moors conquered Sicily and then they started breeding with the Italian women, and that's why Italians have got darker skin. But it is such a good way. It's such a really good way to just antagonize him as well. And when he does kill him as well, he seems pissed off that he's had to kill him. He's like, he's like, may this guy burn in hell for eternity for making me have blood on my hands.
I haven't killed anyone since 1984.
Well, I know. That's the thing. It's like, I mean, because he's kind of laughing with him when he's insulting him, but as soon as he kills him, he's like spitting on him and everything, saying, "Let me wash this egg off my face." But yeah, it's
fucked up family for good.
It's brutal, though. He just shoots him like 50 fucking times in the face. I mean, it is. It is.
He turned him into a cantaloupe.
Oh yeah.
just full on blast him while he's just sat there.
You know what it is, bitch. Bang! 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 Bang!
But
just like the movie.
Yeah. Thankfully, the unfortunately for the gangsters, they found the fucking address that he of the hotel that he gave to his dad, and so now they've got something to.
Clarence is a bad criminal. Let's just
get
this out of the way. He is not a good criminal.
He leaves a trail like a fucking slug. But I've noticed some of these gangsters as well. I've seen them in like other stuff, which we'll get to later on. And I always kind of think, wait, does Dick Ritchie actually go to the hotel in his fucking boxers and pajama shirt or something like that? Because
yeah.
Because I was wondering, are these normal clothes? Like he's just slept in or had a nap in or something?
Well, what's worse, I had this on the large plasma screen last night, and I could see it. There's a shit stain on the back of
I saw that as well. I think Michael Rapper actually mentioned it in the commentary on the DVD. Like, yeah, it wasn't. People keep saying it's like a skid mark, but it wasn't. It was just like this little sort of like stain or something from something else.
Hey,
I can't remember, but
verisimilitude. What are you complaining about? Verisimilitude, mate.
Verisimilitude, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's the first time we see
Clarence is
He just makes such an impression, just sat there doing fuck all with his life, just there.
This is literally all of my friends as a teenager. Every one of my friends was Floyd. Even the girls were Floyd, and fucking just sitting there with a fucking honeypot, fucking bong, and just with a fan blowing on him, and just watching TV and eating shit, just fucking trash panda, fucking just sitting there.
I know. He makes such an impression as well.
Floyd smoked the first half of the letter.
Yeah, he's just so he's obviously fucking half aware that that something's happening here, and not aware something's happening. It's but God, he does make a good impression. Obviously, Richie's told about his audition as well with on TJ Hooker, the new TJ Hooker, and you don't get to meet Captain Cook at the audition, but if I get the part, hope. This is a fucking cool little trashy LA hotel I kind of want to go to. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like something really cheap, but at the same time, you can still probably enjoy it. But look at that fucking pink. Is it that pink Cadillac as well? It's it's so fucking cool and old school. Everything.
You know, it's Margot Robbie's favorite film. So I've heard.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that earlier as well. And
she walked down the aisle to when she got married to "You're So Cool."
Yeah, you know what? I would never really let a guy suck my toes, but if it's Tarantino, might be my one exception after seeing his film.
I love that American accent.
I love his reaction.
The one she did on Neighbours.
Okay. You know how much fucking coke you got here, Clarence? I don't know, but it's a fucking lot.
And now we're into Australian.
Yeah. But you can really sense the bond between these two as well. I mean, this is why you get good actors and a good script, you know, and because with enough, with a good director as well, you can really help them sell this relationship, even though you've only seen them on screen for such a short time. It's a way to talk to each other as well. I mean, they talk like best friends, you know. They know each other inside and out. And I love this wallpaper. It's like Scarface, isn't it? That's got to be a callback to Scarface.
What's that? What's his callback to Scarface?
The wallpaper right here that I pointed to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought this was like the Elvis Hawaii room or something, though.
Well, it probably is as well. But then again, it's palm trees and sunrises. So yeah, I mean,
I think you're right. I think it is.
They have the Elvis statue and stuff in there that she hits Virgil with. So I
thought, the bust. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought this was like the Elvis Presley honeymoon suite.
I'm going to assume it's both. Yeah.
Wouldn't that indicate like Hawaii though?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But this is the whole thing now. They know that they have to get rid of the coke, and they don't really want to sell it piece by piece. They want to get rid of it straight away. But they're going to sell it at a very low price, just enough to live off. And obviously, because he's an actor, he's in Hollywood, he's the only really chance they have of actually selling this all in one go.
See, but that's another indicator of how bad of a criminal Clarence is, because dude, if you have $500,000 of coke and you're trying to unload it for $200,000 flat, dude, that is a red flag, right? That like no one's gonna fucking take you up on that. They're gonna be like, nah, I don't think so. Especially uncut fucking cocaine, like that's crazy to do that, because you could like literally cut that up in a little bit of time, fucking sell it off for like $2 million easily. So somebody trying to do that kind of move, just coming up out of the blue, I'm like, there's, I mean, almost nobody would have done any business with them, I don't think. But I mean, what do I know? I've never really sold drugs, so I mean, I guess I couldn't say intelligently, but that just seems like a huge red flag.
Yeah, because he has shown not to be the brightest criminal.
He's not a planner. He's an He's good at improvising, right? He's good at improvising, but he's not a planner.
Yeah, he's a pantser.
He can improvise, but he can't plan.
Yeah, because he does manage to convince, Elliot as well to sort of take him up on his offer, despite the fact he's a little bit skeptical about it. And he does manage to do a pretty convincing bullshit story of how he got it. Like, he got it from a pal who was a cop who just saw it in the evidence room and swiped it and has been sitting on it for like a couple of months, something like that. It's
is it a convincing story, or does it sound like something he saw on TV?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised he saw it on TV and
that's what it sounds like. It sounds like something he saw on TV.
Well, that's the thing. People consume so much TV now; they can probably get some ideas from it, and it won't be surprised because he's a big movie watcher. He's a big comic book nerd. You know, he's going to find some inspiration from it. So this is where
Well,
Elliot.
truth is stranger than fiction, though.
So
like I'm sure that happens more often than not.
Yeah. So obviously Richie is pretty much got the only chance he can have to get rid of this cock, and talk to his action tutor Elliot, played by Bronson Pinchot, who's always fucking good. He's always good. I don't think I've ever seen a bad performance with him. He's always very funny. He's very funny in this as well. He's such a fake weasel, but he just cracks me up. He really does. So they meet on the roller coaster to discuss it, and obviously this is where they tell the story. Now, apparently, Michael Rappaport has admitted that he was on happy pills as well because he hates roller coasters. He's afraid of them, and whenever you see a shot of him looking very excited, he's high as a kite. He is. And yeah, this is my reaction to fucking roller coasters. I'm not a big roller coaster fan. I kind of sympathize with Elliot a little bit. I really do. And this is where we get the great line as well. Do I look like a beautiful blonde with a ass that tastes like French vanilla ice cream? So no. Well, why are you fucking me then? You want to fuck me?
Well, it's funny that he says that because that's basically what Alabama is. She's a beautiful blonde with big tits and an ass that tastes like French vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, yeah. So the wallpaper in Toy Story copied from wallpaper in the wrong trousers. Oh yeah. Slater and Peyton in the same movie. What's this interview? Oh yeah, shit, yeah. Oh man, fucking hell. Let's go film that. Bit gay, but I like it though. So yeah, don't worry about it, Nix. Anyway, it's like, listen, we've all got fucking shit going on. I'm still managed to get the slides by myself. You know, it's not as slick as yours, but you know, but it's still helping out. And you know, if you ever do get a chance to do some slides for any future streams, you know, just let me know. If you can't, no problem, no problem, buddy, no problem. He does eventually convince him to talk with Lee Donowitz as well. I mean, because he's like, yeah, Lee Donowitz is not just going to take this coke off your hand. I mean, like that. But he gets through to him eventually, doesn't he? And God, he really does fucking. Once again, this seems to be a thing with Tarantino. It's like every character he writes, they have to steal the scene. Every character steals a scene. They all get their little moment, even if it's a very small role. So eventually, he does convince. Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, Kilmer steals the bathroom scenes and doesn't even appear fully in shot. You know?
I know. He's got that mystery.
Yeah, but your assessment that every character gets a real moment, that Tarantino gets, that Tony Scott gets the absolute best out of all these characters, wonderfully written as they are. So he gets, that's what makes this film such a triumph.
I know it's you can tell Tarantino is always in love with his characters when he's writing them, even if the characters are downright despicable. You can really tell he has some affectionate for them. He's always trying to find a way to sort of try and humanize them despite their flaws. And eventually he does convince Lee Donowitz to, it takes some trying though, but he eventually convinces them to meet up. And I was like, did you tell him about me and my acting? He's like, yeah, I told him, you were good. It's like, did you mean it? No, lad. It's like,
you have to come to terms with your fear and desire.
Yeah. And he's the late James Gandolfini as well in one of his earlier roles. And once again, he was not a well-known actor, but he makes a fucking good impression here later on with that scene with Alabama. It's this shows just even more what a fucking idiot Floyd is as well. He's just like all stoned and he's like, hey, is Clarence in Alabama? He's like, no, they were here. They're all at the hotel, man, and they're over there, man, and And I love how Brad Pitt is just like all tough after he leaves. He's like, fucking condescend me, man. I'll fucking kill you, man. I know. We've all, yeah, he's too fucking stoned to be a tough guy, but you can tell he was all pissed off by this guy. But so it's just like, well, I'm gonna go all in, all happy, and hope I don't get beat up by a mobster. You know, I'll see you later. Love you. Bye. Yeah, this scene is intense, though. It really is. I mean, and I like how it just sort of like calmly builds up as well. She's sort of like trying to play it sweet and hope she can get out of this alive, you know. And I like the fact that he also finds her adorable as well. He almost looks like, you know, I'm gonna be sad that I'm gonna have to fucking kill you later. You're kind of charming.
I don't think, though, American cinema had seen this level of. I mean, there was a lot of violence against women in 70s films, fair bit in the 80s, but this is really unrestrained, right? Like, it's really quite sadistic. Like, the only film I had seen recently in comparison to this is a New Zealand film called Once Were Warriors, which is about domestic violence in Māori communities. And there's a beating that Temuera Morrison lays on the wife character, played by Rena Owen. That's almost as brutal as this. Like, he absolutely beats the crap out of her in a really calculated way, which is what Virgil does here. It's not until she hurts him with the corkscrew, he's completely in control of how much damage he's doing, right? Like, it's a really calculated beating. And that kind of cruelty is not something you see in many American films between men and women. So it's quite a thing.
And I love the fact that he sort of he acts all calm and calm towards her before he starts to wham her. I mean, he does get to the point as well as like, where's Clarence? When's he coming back? And where's Alcock? And she does try to throw a bit of sass at him. I don't have any coke. There's a Pepsi machine down the hall. So he thinks, okay. He goes up to her and he's like, look at those eyes, those beautiful eyes. Turn around for me. And wham, just knocks her out. Fuck, man. I was like, Jesus. And I still have a hard time watching this because Tony Scott really does these good close-up shots as well, making the violence really visceral. I mean, he uses some good punch sounds as well because it's not the usual. Whoop. It actually sounds like bone is hitting bone or breaking bone when he hits her.
Well, they use that prosthetic later for her broken nose, right? Because he breaks her nose. That's not the first punch, but it's probably the second or the third. Because he's really brutal. And then, like you were saying about characters getting their moments, he gets a great monologue about what it's like to kill people.
Yeah,
you know, and how it doesn't affect him anymore.
Yeah, now I
pretty accurate one too, in my opinion. But yeah, the funny thing about people that like talk about this scene and they talk about it in a detracting way, in a revisionist history way. I mean, and to be fair, there was a lot of loud, vocal, feminist, angry, even in 1993, like even in just like, you know, the trade magazines and movie magazines and stuff like that. They even talked about, but the irony is you want to talk about a girl boss, right? You want to talk about a girl boss type situation. It's realistic that he underestimates her and she just manages barely to get the upper hand. But when she does, she goes full on berserker fucking rage. And it's her scenes of when she really fucking rips into him that had to be edited for content for the theatrical release, not his stuff that he did to her. Her scenes where she goes extra hard on him and, you know, like just unloads the shotgun into him at point blank range and then fucking beats him with it. I mean, that's the stuff that's, you know, had to be like trimmed down a little bit. So in my opinion, it's not a misogynistic, you know, violence against women. I think it's a woman fucking coming, you know, like coming out ahead and overpowering, you know, thing. Cause I mean, you mentioned Once Were Warriors. Well, the really bad, brutal SA scene that Temuera Morrison does to the wife and beating is sort of off screen. There's a couple shots where he like pops her one or whatever, but like the really brutal one is actually off screen and you don't see it. Whereas here, not only do we see it,
true.
But you know, in Once Were Warriors, she never gets the bet, you know, she never gets the best of that, you know. Yeah.
I know, because
I saw him last weekend.
I mean,
Temuera Morrison.
Yeah,
not a big guy.
Sorry, man. You were saying so much. I do apologize.
No, sorry. I went to see Andy Serkis to get him to sign my timesheet last week, right? He was awesome, by the way. Andy Serkis, great guy. But anyway, but Tamara Morrison was sitting next to him, and of course Tamara Morrison's New Zealander, right?
I
But
wish I'd
Tamara
have known
Morrison is not a big man.
I wish you would have told me you were running into him. I would say, listen, we could FaceTime, and I could have said, I want my fucking 8 hours of fucking Boba Fett back, motherfucker. Because that show was garbage.
Yeah, well, if I said they probably punched me, but he's not a big man. He is not a big man at all, Tamara Morrison. Yeah. He looks at like it's the way they shoot him in films, right? But he's not a big guy, surprisingly so. Anyway, sorry, moving on.
Yeah, but like I said, it feels earned when she does get the best of him as well. Because if she just went right through him like he was nothing, I mean, the scene would be like, yeah, that thing happened and that's it. But no, it just makes you feel. It does sort of ramp up the danger as well. That because you want to see these two kind of get away as well and into the sunset.
Yeah,
this shows like, yeah, they can be they are still vulnerable. These guys are smarter than they are. It kind of, I think maybe him being a bit of a dumb criminal might actually be intentional because it does ramp up the danger because he's up against much smarter, even dangerous adversaries.
Yeah.
And I love how it sort of like cuts to this calm moment where he's just talking to this guy about Elvis and he's just trying to mind his own business, but then no, he just fucking snatches the magazine and says, hey,
Clarence has no boundaries at all. Like, he's definitely not socially conscious because this dude literally turns away from him with the magazine, and Clarence just sits like, no, I want to talk to you about Elvis for a little bit. It's like, dude, no. What are you doing?
I know he does eventually warm up to him where he talks about the fanatic, saying, "Hey, this girl got hit by the ugly tree and fell and hit every branch on the way down." And he ends up kind of laughing, doesn't it? But then it's back to the brutal scene, and he's obviously just letting her sort of like lie there as well, sort of letting her relax a little bit before he does any more pummeling, I'm guessing. If you do it so much, you're going to really fuck him up, and you're not going to get anything, do you? You kind of got to let the person take a break before you torture him later on.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like he does kind of admire us to the point where he is basically opening up to maybe. That's what I got from the scene anyway. He's kind of seen.
Well, I mean, what does it matter? He can open up to her. He doesn't have to go to Dr. Melfi. He can open up to this chick that he's about to fucking blow her brains all over the fucking honeymoon suite. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what he says to her, so.
I know. Maybe he has had this on his chest and he's found someone that he can talk to. It just happens to be someone he's going to kill later because, like he said, he does show some admiration to her as well. She's taking a punch like a champion. And so it is one little moment that almost humanizes him, even though he's this very despicable person. But it is a very haunted scene where he talks about the first time he killed someone. I threw up on the first one. Can you believe that? The second one, it's more diluted. It's better. Third one, no problem. Fucking that head right off.
Now I do it just to watch their.
You know who he is?
Oh,
like I just thought of something. He's Tarantino's version, right, of Luca Brasi.
Okay.
I like that.
That's who he is.
I can see that. Because you see the other, so I think it's very indicative of what his function is in the mob family is like you see the other guys go in force with like 5 or 6 dudes like as a team, but Virgil goes off by himself to like he's like their cleaner, he's the one that they can send off alone and he can fact find and their fixer, so to speak. He's their Winston Wolfe, kind of guy that can because she didn't walk into a room full of mobsters. She walked into a room with Virgil just sitting there, so
yeah, I think that explains why he's by himself. But then again, like a couple more mobsters will probably kind of attract some attention, won't it? So
well, that fucking beating he gives her doesn't fucking bring any attention until until the smoke alarm was going off from the fucking his head being caught on fire in the shotgun blast.
Well, that's like you said, though, he underestimates her as well. He thinks it's going to be a quick, I'm going to get some of the information out of these people like I always do, kill them, and then get the coke, and that'll be it, maybe. Because most of the time, these jobs are just very quick, aren't they? I mean, sometimes back in the 60s, they could just walk into an airport, rob just rob it and not need to rely on any banks. You know, rob a truck. You know, and half the time the people would give up the truck so easily because they were kind of in on it as well, or they just didn't want to get killed. It was, you know, if they were, it's like Henry Hill said, if we were broke, we would just go out and rob something.
If anybody complained, we hit them so hard they never complained again.
Yeah. But he does eventually find it under the bed. It's like, I can't believe I didn't look under the fucking bed. Seriously, I must be fucking stupid. Must be losing my fucking mind. Then she gets like the Swiss Army knife with the little corkscrew as well, and he's thinking, you know what? I'll give her this. At least see if she's got the balls to do it, which is kind of a stupid thing because what if she did pierce his heart and kill him? But no, she kind of bottles it and goes for his foot.
Well, it speaks to a couple things. One, like you said, how much he likes her and he wants to at least give her a chance instead of just popping her. And then two, you know, the whole thing when he says, now I just do it to see their expressions change. You know, there's a thing in the military we call your 200th hour. You once you've gotten so good at your job, you can kind of become complacent and you start thinking and you stop looking for that, you know, law of, you know, that one extra element that might randomly come in there and just, you forget for a second because you're just fucking, you know, you're just kind of cruising along, you know, like you start thinking you're invincible and, you know, and that's where it's where he fucked up, you know, and I feel like this I mean, obviously that corkscrew in the foot's going to fucking hurt. But I mean, I also feel like the rage when he picks her up and throws her around like a fucking rag doll. I think he's angry at her, but he's more mad at himself for allowing himself to have lowered his guard enough for her to fucking get a shot in on him. Because then you got to think later he's gonna have to fucking be walking around with a, you know, wrapped up foot, and his friends are gonna fucking even if this had been successful and he popped her and walked away with the coke, they'd be like, "Yo, Virgil, you fucking let this fucking broad fucking put a corkscrew in your fucking foot? What are you, fucking retarded? What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
I kind of see that maybe he was good at his job, but this might be his first step into starting to screw up a little bit. Because if you ever watch that movie, The Hitch, you see John Hurt's gang's hitman. He's a ruthless bastard. He's well good at his job, but he's showing signs that the job is getting to him a little bit as well. But maybe,
Great movie.
That's a good point, that as well. I mean, it's kind of like people who have near-death experiences, like Jeff Bridges in what's the film where he has a near-death experience and he
Fearless.
Die? Was it
Fearless?
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. That. Yeah, all over his fucking white Italian book shoes, white books. I think I love white books. Anyway,
Is that Patricia Arquette or is it a stunt woman? Whoever it is, she must have taken quite a few bruises from the filming of this scene.
I would not be surprised if it was a stunt woman. I mean, most of the use men to do the stunts for women. I mean, look at Blade Runner. Daryl Hannah stunt double was a fucking guy. You know, the scene where she's flipping around and she's beating up her Deckard.
Yeah,
that's really a guy doing those backflips.
Yeah, by this time, I mean, the Stunt Women's Association was pretty big. There's some great female stunt performers.
Yeah, fucking top marks to where these stunt performers just sort of like putting their bodies on the line just to entertain us. And to answer your question, Nick, it's a recommend, a hardcore recommend. I don't think I can say any more than that.
I think he's asking the panel or the audience, not us. Actually, I think he knows we.
Well, let the panel do it as well. Yeah. Panel, do you recommend?
But this is great because even though she's slightly getting a bit of an upper hand, at the same time, this shows the sheer power of what a man can do. And keep in mind now, obviously, James Gandolfini, Virgil is a big dude, but I mean, it's just the sheer like women know your limits. Like there's not going to be any like, you know, jumping on, you know, fucking John Wick ballerina shit going on here. Like she hits him full force in the head with this fucking thing. And he just shrugs it off and then throws her around like a fucking rag doll. So, I mean, yeah, this is, but again, it works both ways because it shows how like she's so overmatched and she gets lucky and she, you know, like does a little trickery. And then once she gets the upper hand, then she just goes balls to the wall. Like she ain't fucking around. Like, you know, and again, neither was he though. I mean, when she starts to get the upper hand in the bathroom, you know, he's like, all right, fuck this shit. And he pulls his pistol out to just, you know, unload on her. He's just half a second too slow. And then, you know, I mean, it is what it is. What happens after that is what happens. But
and then he stops
this is
admiring
also
her as well, and he stops admiring her. Now it's just full contempt. He really hates it. Now he really wants to kill her now.
Yeah. This is also Patricia Arquette is partially deaf, and in moments of like, she's worked hard with a speech therapist for most of her life. In moments like this, you can her disability pops out a little bit, and then you look like Deca West, and like she talks.
She had a bit of a lisp there, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think it kind of helps as well because she's been bashed in the face, so it kind of I think it works in a way, you know.
Yeah.
But I love I also kind of like how she takes the top of the toilet bowl and just whacks him over the head, and it doesn't smash. I think Tarantino has established this in like. I just always hated when they always got a bottle and smashed over the head. They don't always smash, you know. Yeah, and you don't feel it, and but that once again, it's earned as well. She takes a shitload of punches. You are scared that she's not going to make it out of there, but then she starts kind of getting on top of things, but barely just. Yeah, it feels more realistic, and yeah, damn man, she just burns his head with the fucking spray can, and she stabs him with the corkscrew again, and just shoots the living shit out of him with the shotgun.
Yeah, yes,
it's
she does.
Brutal, man.
But when he was punching her, though, he knew exactly how much force he's using because he hasn't broken her jaw. He's broken her nose.
Yeah,
he's black. He's blacked her eye, her eyes full up, but he hasn't broken her jaw because he needs her to talk. So like it's just such a calculated beating, which makes it more cruel, right? There's so much thought put into this scene, and Tox is absolutely right in terms that it is a girl boss scene, but not in how girl boss is understood today.
Right.
I know, because this was back when they knew how to write women that could be tough realistically. You know, you believe she's tough, but
well, you know, woman or not woman, the thing that modern writers don't understand, if you see your hero, man or woman, doesn't matter, and you see them struggle and you see them hurt, and then whatever, you know, when they come out of it on top, however that pans out, you root for them harder. You don't want someone to just easily overcome whatever, you know, like you want them to like there has to be a struggle, or else it doesn't feel earned, and then there's no point, and then it's just dumb. So like you want to see John McClane with fucking glass in his feet, fucking wrapping it up with his fucking tank top, and you know, low on ammo, and still, you know, overcoming, you know, these odds. You want to see you know, Mel Gibson's Martin Riggs character. He gets tortured and fucked up, but he still comes out on top, you know, like that's what you want, that because at the end of the day, that's what like life does to all of us. Now, obviously we're not in movie circumstance. I mean, unless you're me, you know, you're not really in them kind of circumstances in real life. But I mean, again, we all have, like, we want to see somebody struggle and earn their place. And that's what she does here. Like this is like trauma. This is crazy. She's probably had her ass. I mean, she didn't become a hooker because, you know, she was singing too loud in church. I mean, obviously there's been some bad shit happen in her life. She's been fucked up. She's been smacked around, this or that, the other. And so this is her like taking revenge on that shit and on this guy who, like I said, she was clearly overmatched. But I mean, listen, you know, like my dad used to say, the fight's going to be what it wants to be, not what you want it to be. So like you can be overmatched and still overcome. And that's what we want to see with our heroes. That's what we want to see with our stories. Exactly. We want to see somebody, you know, all fucked up and bloody with big old fat, beautiful titties hanging out with a fucking shotgun, just unloading into fucking Tony Soprano. I mean, I know it's a difficult wank, but it's not impossible. So
I found it very easy, to be honest. But,
I don't think it's that difficult.
I know he's just coming at the right time as well, just as she killed him, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't get to use my shoot gun."
Oh, I like to think that like Clarence had been there for like a good 15 minutes. He was just waiting outside the door. He was like, I don't know. I can always get another hooker, but fuck, that's a lot of cocaine. I'll just wait till he comes out and then pop him in the head.
Yeah, the look on his face, though, the pure shock as well of seeing that, and it's like he wasn't there to protect her. He's driving like a madman because, yeah, what the fuck, man? I mean, you're trying to get the hell out of there. I mean, it could be more guys. Who knows? You know, they've got to find somewhere to lie low for a little bit to try and get his thoughts together. But obviously, and then it cuts to this fucking scene where he's
This has got to be the best.
in a car, and it's like,
Just
and I
put it in your
recognize
bra.
I recognize this actress as well. She was in the shitty Godzilla Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I just realized it as well when I was doing the slide. And
Oh shit! That you're right.
And she's the girlfriend from Cable Guy. She's the girlfriend from Cable Guy.
Ah. Gosh, I didn't think she did anything after Godzilla. Well, this is before, of course, but wow.
This is before, yeah.
Yeah. Far out.
The Miami Vice episode as well. The one where that criminal kind of becomes this weird cult priest and he's like executing criminals because, he's reformed now and he has to punish the evil. It's on Series 5 as well. It's probably one of the more bizarre, better, but actually pretty good episodes in my opinion anyway. Not the best, but I still liked it out of most of the Series 5 episodes, I should say. But yeah, she's fucking him over here as well. She's like, I'm not putting that shit in my purse. It's like, hey, you're the one who wanted me to drive like this, I mean, all the things I did for you, you fucking whore. The thing is though, she could easily do it as well. There'll be no trouble.
Hell no, you're crazy. I'm not holding a fucking big bag of coke. Are you crazy? Fuck that shit.
You didn't do anything wrong, okay? You just put it in your bra. They can't search you. You didn't do anything wrong. It's like
I wouldn't hold that for my children. I wouldn't you're on your own. That is distribution weight. Fuck that shit.
Also, it was still searching that anyway. Then probably.
It doesn't matter. I'm not taking the risk. Fuck that.
And this is like the fucking ultimate fuck you to him as well because now he's got evidence of coke and it's all over him as well. It's like
I want to say I've heard that actually happened. I want to say that I think that's based on a real life event that has and I hope that it is because it's so much funnier. If this cop is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, and any other day that might seem strange. He's just trying.
Hi, he's like, hi, hello. I mean, at that point, you might as well just fucking snort it up. There's go to jail high at least. Like that's fucking. Hey, so that's me done, man. I gotta.
Yeah, oh no!
I'm sorry, guys. Friday is crazy here, and I gotta. If I wanted to do anything for myself,
it's been fucking crazy for Easter, hasn't it? I mean, Jesus Christ,
it's been, dude. We didn't have a slow season this year, man. But this fucking job just takes and I'm so sorry, but yeah, man. If I gotta get rid because if I push it to the wire, then I'm gonna get nothing done and that. But thank you so much for having me. Dudicus, you need to start being a little bit more quiet, man. You've been over talking everybody throughout this entire stream.
Hey, Whammy Spoons, how you doing, man?
All right. And again, please, I look forward to A-Team, and I'll see if I can hop on the Miami Vice if I can.
Yeah, I hope you can, man. And I'll see you on Sunday if and
buy his book as well. Buy his book.
Yeah.
Slapdash.
Yeah.
Slapdash.
Great to see you, Tox.
Slapdash by Wes Kelly, now available on Amazon. So he's been caught, and this guy's gonna fucking talk straight away. Look at him; he is shitting himself. He's got these two coppers saying, by the time you come out of jail, you're gonna be very, very sympathetic to your wife because you're gonna know what it feels like to be a woman.
You know what it's like to be a woman.
Yeah, Chris.
God, yeah. They just deliver the dialogue's sharp writing, right? But the delivery, these two, the time in between them, it's magic. These two as you just believe they're straight out of like a 70s cop show, eh? It's crazy.
Yeah, I like the fact they're not doing good cop, bad cop. They're doing bad cop, fucking
bad
really
cop.
Bad cop. It's like I love it. The way it's like they've rehearsed this line as well to try and break him down. It's like, you're a fucking star, and you're going to be doing your next best performances in the next 2 fucking years in a county jail. And plus, you're going to want to fuck your wife in the ass because that pussy just won't be tight enough anymore. It's like, it's sad that both these guys are fucking dead now. Jesus Christ, man.
They were probably high when they were filming this.
Oh yeah. They're fucking weird. Tom
they're
Sizemore, definitely. Tom Sizemore, definitely.
Yeah.
Chris Penn, no man. Oh, man, he's he always seemed the coolest one out of the Penn brothers. He did. I mean, Sean Penn's a bit of a fucking stick in the mud, but Chris Penn, he seemed all right. I saw you watch his interviews with him. He's he seems like a really fucking funny guy. But they know this. They've got this guy. He's easy. He's gonna fucking squeal on them. They've got a good case now. They can. They found out all about the coke and some crooked copper that definitely does not exist. Stole it, and now. And I love how this. I love how there's a bit of an egotistical as well, where he's like, where the copper says his name, then his partner's name, then his partner's like, no, my name, then your name. Like, well, what's the fucking difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, dimes and nickels. That's it. Dimes and nickels. Fucking hell, dimes and nickels. Nickels and dimes. He's like, what's the fucking difference?
Well, that's an American thing.
Yeah.
Change, coins. Dimes 10 cents, nickels 5 cents, right?
I know,
nickels and dimes.
It's fucking Tarantino, man. Awesome. So,
But just these lines, like, I don't care who you call in. It goes to Steve McQueen, 10 fucking Roman gladiators. Yeah, it's just fantastic. These two, they add a whole nother dimension to the film. So you got the mob after them. Now you got the cops.
You can tell Dimes is a bit more fucking nuts as well. Sorry, is it Nichols that's played by Tom Sizemore?
Yeah, Cody Sizemore, or Cody Nichols is Tom Sizemore. I can't remember his first name, but Officer Dimes is Chris Penn. Because that's who Elliot calls to.
Is, Nichols. He's a bit more fucking crazier, isn't he? He's the one that's sort of laughing his ass off when Clarence is going all fucking paranoid nut job on Elliot later on. Yeah, well, Chris Penn, he seems a little bit more reserved, doesn't he? You know, he sort of stood there with his arms folded, and Tom Sizemore was like, hey, this guy is a total fucking sissy. He'll squeal on anybody, he will. So he loves his job probably a bit more than Officer Dahms does. But yeah, this is another great thing that we're not seeing enough in modern movies. Consequences. I mean, look, her face is just really fucked up, and it's like that for the remainder of the movie. She doesn't show up in the next scene looking all fine, you know, even with the makeup on, you can still see that a bit of swelling around her face.
Well, the eye's really swollen, the nose is broken. Yeah,
and it's real sweet as well. He's comforting her and everything, you know. But he's there's a double meaning to this scene as well, because now he knows he has to get Alabama out of the country now, because they've got the mob on their case as well. They've got to get the drug sold off as quickly as possible and get out of there. But obviously, he's asking her which place she wants to go, as well as being very tender about it. But very soon, just before the scene cuts as well, he has that look of concern on his face, that look of worry. So yeah, they're waiting around for Richie's, call, and fucking Floyd picks up the phone, does his old Floyd thing, and then he gets the call, and he's like, he got the part. He's like, everyone's excited, and it's like, yeah, but we've got to get to the deal as well. Tell us all about it. And Floyd's just kind of not really getting what's happening. He's like, go pick up some more some things,
cleaning products.
Cleaning products, Now, this is a very interesting story as well about the hat as well, because apparently he found this somewhere in California. It was dumped, so he cleaned it and he wore it for the scene. And look at his shirt as well. It's got all these holes in and everything. He's like, yeah, this guy really needs to sort his fucking life out. But then again, he does eventually redeem himself when going against the mobsters and the Chinese mafia with Seth Rogen in Pineapple Express. So, there is that. But yeah, we've seen a lot of these actors as well who we've seen in other movies playing gangsters. And I remember this guy. I can't believe it took a while for me to realize, but I think he's in The Departed as well. He's Leo DiCaprio's friend. He's in Pineapple Express as well. And I think he's the boyfriend of the girl who periods on Jonah Hill's trousers in Superbad. Yeah.
That's an impressive resume.
Yeah.
A man of parts.
He's
A
been
man
in
of
loads, this
parts.
actor, though. Yeah, he's been in loads, this actor. I'm trying to remember anything else he's been in, but yeah, he gets some good. I think this guy as well, right here, sat by the window. I think he's in King of New York, isn't he? I don't know. I might be wrong. But yeah, look at this. This is like Tony Scott going all fucking gun porn on everyone. It's like got these close-ups of the shots being reloaded, everything, and it looks like a Tony Scott shot as well. I mean, you've seen shots very similar to this in Last Boy Scout, and look at that. Oh yeah, seeing his guns get reloaded, get me hot for killing. That's what Tony Scott does well. So they're fitting the wire, everything, and obviously he's worried because he's asking questions about, what if someone pulls out a gun and puts it to my fucking ear and he can't hear him. He's like, don't worry, we've done this a million times. And am I the only one who gets the impression that they've got a lot of witnesses killed in their time?
More than a few.
I'm kind of guessing they have.
Trust me, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah. We gotta get you on again, dude, because we really do. But yeah, but now they aren't being all fucking assholes to him. They're actually being very kind and coming across considerate. But we know it's bullshit. They don't like this fucking guy. He's a fucking rat. That's what he is. He's squealing on his buddies. They have no respect for him, but they need him anyway to help them bust the case. And obviously he's paranoid as well. He's got the gun. Rich is like, wait, what the fuck, man? Why are you bringing a gun? He's like, well, I realize it's better to have a gun and not need it than it is to need a gun and not have it. Which is a very good sentiment, to be honest. I mean, that's probably one of the smartest things he said throughout the whole movie. But he knows that fucking Elliot's not right as well. He knows something's up. He looks all nervous and everything. He looks worried, he looks paranoid, everything, and he just pulls the gun out of him and is like, something's amiss here. Better tell me I'll start blowing your brains out. And he's like crying, and Tom Sizemore like, get a hold of yourself, you fucking sissy.
Do you know it's occurred to me?
Yeah, I laughed my fucking ass at this scene, did you?
Oh, this is a great scene. But it just occurred to me that the MacGuffin in this film is the suitcase of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not overplayed like in the way that the Maltese Falcon's perfect film in its own right. But some films overplay their MacGuffin a little bit, but this one doesn't. But it is definitely the MacGuffin that is the central plot device. But yeah, you're right that both Bronson Pinchot and Christian Slater and Tom Sizemore sell this scene, the elevator scene. It's fantastic.
I know it is, and just seeing Tom Sizemore actually kind of like Clarence because of how crazy he is. It just makes it all the more funnier as well. He really does go full on psychotic. I was like, Jesus Christ, is he actually going to kill this fucking guy? And you got the dark humor that sort of it doesn't really add too much levity. It doesn't compromise, the aggression, the intensity that's going on in the scene, though, which I really like. And I love how it's all claustrophobic as well. It just makes the situation feel more heated. And then he just bursts out crying, saying, "Someone please take me away. I just don't like this. I just want the whole thing to go over." And I think he does take pity on him a little bit, and he actually does. He's like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you shit yourself. And it's just the way Elliot just sort of starts hugging him before crying. I was like,
oh my. Oh. Oh, nothing. Just there's a friendly neighborhood door knock there. Oh, do you guys want to smoke a bowl?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Look at his face as well. It's like, oh, jeez, he's just fucking smiling. It's like he's really stoned out of his tits, man. Once again, that's Tarantino just giving every little character a moment to sort of steal the show. I mean, he's that fucking stoned. He can barely give directions to where they need to head. And it's like, we kind of, I know where they are. They're in there. And any guys want to smoke a bolt? As soon as he cocks the shotgun, he's like, pumps the shotgun. He's like, oh yeah, you go around here, then you gotta make a ride, and then go around that area. So
yeah, it would be tough to find a scene in this film to complain about. It would be tough to find a scene where you'd say, oh, that wasn't very good, or oh, I didn't believe that, or whatever. It would be very difficult to find any scene in this film like that.
Yeah, no, every scene is just either hilarious or incredibly intense, or both. Tarantino seems to do a very good job of balancing out the humor with the intensity. It's almost like the meaner it goes, the funnier it is.
I can't really imagine this being done in that non-linear Tarantino style. To be honest with you,
no. Agree with you.
It's very interesting to see though, but I might have to read the original script one day. I want to, because I think the only way we're going to get hints of where if Tarantino directed this is by reading the original script, because you can sort of like maybe envision the shots yourself in your head.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. It's perfect as it is.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's kind of like
I'm okay.
Yeah, because I kind of read the original Batman script as well before they changed it after the writer's strike, and yeah, it is almost a little bit more faithful to the comics in a way, but I think the final product is still superior in my opinion. It did a lot more of the less is more approach. It kind of lets you come to your conclusions a lot more. And this guy, I forgot his name. Apparently, he was the first Thor as well in The Incredible Hulk Returns, wasn't it? Back in the 80s, anyway. But yeah,
with the Bill Bixby show, I can believe that. He's blonde Frankenstein's what they call him.
Yeah, no, he's been in loads. He's just this very hulking guy, isn't he? He's just this enormous bastard. I mean, look at him, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, he must have had like 10 square meals of protein a fucking week, man.
Boris and Monty.
Yeah, Boris, yeah. So yeah, it's like I like how polite he is as well. He's like he's a little bit worried and paranoid about having them take his gun, but then Lee Donowitz comes in and he sees, okay, maybe it's not too bad, and even Lee Donowitz is sort of he seems to be in a good mood. He must be high or something, because he's kind of a little bit like, oh, he's got a gun on him, really? He's not paranoid or anything. He's not, why aren't you giving up your gun? I mean, you're getting me worried here. No, he seems very, very fucking chill. But Clarence does see that the situation seems to be okay. There's no gangsters hidden somewhere waiting to kill him. So he's like, okay, I'll give you my, I'll give you my gun if you want. That's no problem. And actually, let's go back a slide, because I don't know does he have trigger discipline? It looks like he's got a bit of trigger discipline there.
He's still flagging everyone in the room, but
Yeah, I know, but yeah. But he's waving it. Yeah, don't wave your fucking gun around, man, even with the finger off the trigger.
Well, Monty's got him covered from behind, though.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, if he kills me, you can shoot him, yeah. I'll be dead, but at least you'll have got the job done anyway. But then again, some guns can be sensitive, though, can't they? I mean, you don't even have to pull the trigger on some. A little bit of pressure on it can set it off. I think a Sig Sauer can do that. It's crazy. But yeah, showing them the dailies from the sequel to Coming Home in a Body Bag, a fictional Vietnam movie, which I'm guessing is kind of inspired from Apocalypse Now or Platoon or Full Metal Jacket, something like that. Anyway, but
it's Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic. That's it. Yes. Yeah. It's, he's still looking for Tom Cruise to play Les Grossman, isn't he? But Tom Cruise isn't available at the moment, sadly. But I love how they get along as well. I mean, once again, he gives these fucking characters mad chemistry. These are two guys that have just met each other, and they look like they enjoy their time together. He's talking about, I really hate all these Oscar movies. They're all safe geriatric coffee table bullshit, Good, Bad, and the Ugly, that's a movie. Rio Bravo, that's a movie, And Coming Home with a Body Bag, that was a fucking movie. That was the only movie to win a lot of Oscars that had balls since The Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter.
Yeah. But once again, it kind of goes back to the fact that this was written in the 80s, because I don't think there was a lot of Oscar winners that was a favorite amongst normal people, unlike the Nazis. But and Tarantino has said this as well. He said, "Yeah, well, when this came out, the Oscars were pretty much killing it with a general audience." So, but Lee Donovan seems to have great admiration for him as well. Is like, so why does this cop of a friend of yours trust you with selling the cocaine? And it's like, you just said to me that you're not a drug dealer. You just want to sell it for less than the value anyway, because, why does your friend think he can trust you? I was like, well, I bullshitted him. And he laughs as well. He's like, I love this kid. He bullshitted him. Even Tom Sizemore loves him even more. And look at Nick Ritchie. He's such a little prize, isn't he? Like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's like, my name's Richie. He's like, I'm an actor. You're an actor? Yo, you need some fucking help. And there's the nice little moment, the you're so cool, and listening in. And yeah, he's fucking moving the wire around his balls, everything, man. It's but then we get the Mexican standoff, don't we? Like always, because it's Tarantino, man.
It took me ages and quite a few rewatches to work out precisely the positioning of everybody in the standoff so that it worked out, because you have the cops at one end of the room, the mobsters at the other end of the room, and Monty and Boris are behind the bar, which is in the middle of the room, and they open fire on the cops first, which is interesting. They don't shoot the gangsters first. That Boris opens fire first. Actually, well, the first person to get shot, I'm wrong. First person to get shot is Lee Donowitz. Yeah, Sizemore shoots him. So I guess that makes sense. That actually makes more sense now I think about it. That's why Boris opens fire and kills Tom Sizemore and the other detective next to him. Because I guess immediately because he's just shot his boss. So that makes sense now.
Yeah, I like the fact that the gunfight is really quick as well. Like a shitload just gets taken out in like no time as well. It could have been another extended action film, which Tony Scott usually does well, but no,
it's chaos too. It's absolute chaos. Like I wish Tox was still here for a moment because he could give us some perspective on real gunfights. But I've always got the impression that this is much more realistic in terms of absolute chaos, people shooting everywhere, people getting hit a lot. In the crossfire.
Because the situation gets heated and you got no time to hesitate. You kind of got to.
I feel bad for everyone else on the floor.
Yeah.
There's no way there were way more people hit in this gunfight.
No. Well, Elliot takes quite a few rounds as well because he's right in the middle.
Yeah, no, I mean, fucking hell. I mean, obviously they do the smart thing and get to the floor. Richie and Alabama, but everyone else just gets blasted. But that, like again, it's like a reaction, isn't it? It's like an impulse because you're trained to do it. If you hesitate, someone innocent could get killed. But no, it's like. But I love the way.
It's an incredibly intricate and complex method of filmmaking when you're trying to maintain the geography of a gunfight like this. I mean, even something as simple as shooting a conversation between three people. They say that shooting a conversation between three people is one of the hardest things that any director can do and pull off, reasonably well. Because of the different perspectives, the different types of shots that you have to take and think about. But something like this, as I say, to maintain the geography, it's a complex thing. It's not easy. It's not just a case of, we'll just sort of block this out and we'll place the camera in this position and then we'll place it in this position and we do some reverse shots. It's very, very complicated. And I think editing
this scene must have taken ages to edit this.
Yeah,
because there's I'm just watching it in slow-mo in the background. There are so many participants. You've got at least 4 mobsters, 2 bodyguards, and at least 6 to 7 cops. You've got all these participants all shooting different directions at once. The editing for this must have been a real task. Gosh. Anyway, you were saying, please continue. You were saying something very insightful there.
It's such a complicated thing. It does, on the face of it, for your common garden person, they would look at a gunfight like this and think that it was something quite simple, just camera setups. But it's, as you say, it's a combination of the shooting and the editing. To you have to think about geography all of the time, especially continuity as well.
Yeah, there's so many elements in this gunfight because the furniture gets hit, stuff goes everywhere, and the damage to the furniture that things are accruing. So continuity would have been really tough for this scene.
Really tough, yeah. I mean, this is when you get when you got a good script supervisor. The script supervisor is somebody who takes care of all of the continuity. So you need somebody who's really at the top of their game to do something like this. I would hate to be shooting something like this. It would be an absolute nightmare.
Because you see tons and tons of shots as well, and it's like you said, it's very chaotic. You can't always make out what's going on because you're kind of in the shoes of the police officers as well. They're trying to stay focused in a situation that's really heated, and dangerous.
Yeah.
And but he fucking really sells the portrayal as well, even though he does go a little bit dramatic with it. But he's a movie producer with people who are dramatic all the time. It kind of makes sense he would. You stabbed me in the heart. I treated you like a son.
I don't know why that actor Saul Rubinek has not got more acclaim, because he's in one of the absolute best episodes of Star Trek Next Generation, the Most Toys, where he's the collector who kidnaps Data. It's fantastic.
Where I recognize him from. It's driving me crazy. It's like, why do I recognize this guy?
He was in Frasier as well. He was in Frasier.
Like Niles' lawyer when Maris was like divorcing him.
That's right.
No.
Yeah, so he's Canadian.
Yeah,
he's a Canadian actor. But I don't know why, as a character actor, I don't know why he's not got more acclaim, because he really is tremendous. Saul Rubinek. He's a fantastic character actor.
Yeah, he's very good at playing these like dweeby assholes, isn't he? He does it really well. I like him. I like this actor. He does a real good job with the quick zoom Dutch angles here as well, to make things a bit more intense. And Clarence gets shot in the eye as well. And in the original script, he did die as well. Blonde Frankenstein goes down. I mean, he's nasty. You feel every single bullet hit as well when the squibs go off. And his eye looks real fucked up as well. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's nasty. But there's only a few left now, and there's one gangster hidden behind the counter. It's like, hey, the guy's a wag. It's like, hey, I said, get behind the couch. Get up behind the couch, you fucking guinea. I said,
the black guy there, the actor there, he plays the black cop, is Michael Beach, who is another really prolific character actor who's in a ton of things. You'll see him all over television today. He's in Sons of Anarchy. He's in the Rookie. He's in Tulsa King. He's in tons of stuff. Really distinctive voice he has. Yeah, but that's him. That's Michael Beach. I thought I recognized him.
I'm trying to think in who he played in Sons of Anarchy. It's been a long time since I watched that show.
He was one of the leaders of the Nines, who were an African American bike gang.
I'm gonna have to watch it again, man. See if I can spot him.
He's in Tulsa King as the Stallone's sidekick Tyson. He's Tyson's father.
Yeah, shit, man. It was in the second series. Yeah, I always kind of wondered what that was that got shot in him, though. I mean, I thought, did he have some kind of fancy belt? But no, it's like a piece of like wrapper or something like that got stuck to him through all the chaos. And we don't know this copper, but no, they really make it sad when he dies. I was like, I don't know him, but why do I feel sad? It was like, call me an ambulance, I'll call you a hearse. And Officer Downs is a pretty bad cop as well, because he's basically just executed in there, isn't he? Unlawfully. He could have just arrested him and
you understand though, because Boris
he killed his friend. I know
killed Cody. Like Boris opened up on Cody first. Cody also gets shot by one of the gangsters as well. He took the shotgun blast to the chest, but it was Boris that opened up first on Cody. So yeah, you understand why, but yeah, he's not.
We understand, but as a police officer, you're not really supposed to just fucking execute a prisoner.
It's sort of frowned upon. Bill, can you stop murdering the suspects, please?
Yeah, it's like
he's unarmed.
Yeah, this case was not about your personal vendetta. You know, it's a good thing you died. I would have had your badge by now.
Well, the cops really, I mean, everyone gets it wrong in this scene, pretty much. Clarence does.
Yeah. I mean, fucking
the cops do.
Yeah, they pretty much got fucking Elliot nearly killed. He could have gotten killed by Clarence earlier as well. It's
yeah. Well, the cops do get Elliot killed. Actually, just watching it slow mo, there's a beautiful shot where Chris Penn is just reloading behind a bureau or something. Dick's about to throw the suitcase into the air, and you can see in the background Alabama crawling towards what she thinks is Clarence's corpse. And man, you got to watch this scene slowed down, because wow, does it really make a difference?
Yeah, no, to
the detail.
Like you said, it's trying to. It's being chaotic, but at the same time, it's not disorienting you too much as well. You can still make out something that's going on. You can still make out Richie, you know, throwing the suitcase and making out there while Alabama tries to get to Clarence, you know, to see if he's alive. And yet, in the original script, he died and she walked out and kind of went back to her old ways. It was very, very bleak. And I'm really glad Tony Scott said, Tarantino, I want these kids to walk off into the sunset. I want them to live happily ever after. I love these kids too much to allow Clarence to die here.
Hey, do you want an Easter egg? On the suitcase, right, is a big sticker that says DARE, right? The one that Dick Ritchie throws up, with the cocaine in it, right? DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Oh, good old.
It's an anti-drug. Yeah, it's an anti-drug education program, and there's a big DARE sticker. Keep drugs off the street is what it says, and it's on the suitcase. That's really funny.
The program that accidentally caused more drug use.
I think they always do after fucking Sam.
This is how you find this kind of drug. Really?
Yeah.
Is there a phone number I can call to get some? Or Yeah, here it is. Okay.
But this is why I like Tony Scott as well, because even though he wanted to see these kids live and actually live happily ever after, and Tarantino wasn't happy about it, he's like, okay, I will shoot both scenes for you, okay? And I will show them to you as well. That way, you know, hopefully there's no bad blood between us. And yeah, Tarantino, thank God, he kind of came around and said, you know, I'm so glad Tony Scott actually told me to fuck off and do the happy ending, because we've kind of grown to like these characters despite their faults. I mean, they're very adorable. They've got good chemistry. They're very likable, and yeah. But
yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, it does kind of rush by a little bit at the ending, because it's kind of got this patch on. It's like, okay, they must have stopped off at some kind of like vet who treated him secretly, you know, because they go to a hospital. I mean, they're gonna be asking some fucking questions, aren't they?
Well, she just takes him straight to Mexico, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to fucking help, I'm guessing, eh? Mexican healthcare.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm okay with that, with the ending being quite sudden, because you don't really need to know the rest.
No, it's like, you know, if the rest of the film is so fucking strong, I can handle it. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then she does this nice little whimsical sort of speech as well, like saying, "Hey, I'd ask me what I would do if he had died," and it's like, well, something about a response that it would have pleased him anyways, you know. But yeah, it's a nice little moment. You know, it's once again a little bit rushed, a little bit sappy, but it ends with them, you know, living happily ever after. You know, you got the sunshine coming down, and yeah, the movie ends. You know. Fucking great movie. It's such a good movie. It's
terrific film, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's so dark and mean-spirited, yet it's so feel-good as well.
I was going to say again, when you look at these, shot by shot, you can really appreciate the amount of work and effort has gone in to compose these frames. It's it's quite something.
I
Well,
agree.
he's such an artist, Tony Scott.
Yeah,
he
I
was
agree.
such an artist.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, really great with color, fantastic with color.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, he even made Detroit look beautiful in Beverly Hills Cop 2, didn't he? Which is I never thought could ever be possible. Dude,
Yeah, that was probably Beverly Hills.
Yeah, probably Beverly Hills, but just dressed up with Detroit and that.
Put some Detroit signage on there, and that's it. Yeah.
I noticed, but then again, you could probably come to Hull and make it look beautiful for once. Yeah, but seems very good.
I was going to say, how far is Sheffield from you?
I think about 3 hours train ride.
Is it? Right. That's where they're from, isn't it? They're from Sheffield, the Scots.
Yeah, apparently, and New Zealanders are from Australia, so.
Yeah, it's quite a train ride. Quite a train ride to Australia.
We are around the Yorkshire area though. That's it. It's just but it's not. It's okay going down Sheffield, but well, it used to be anyway. I'm hearing it's gotten fucking bad, but yet there's so much of there's just so many fucking great layers to this film as well, and it's all done in and it's not really. It's not a slow-paced movie like most Tarantino movies. It's kind of got a good little flow to it as well. It flows very nicely. I mean, no scenes outstay their welcome. It's and you can sort of see. I think when I go back to the Sicilian scene, I think this is probably the only scene Tarantino would have kept as it is. This is where it really feels pure, uncompromising Tarantino. If he had directed that scene,
yeah.
Mm. But just realised the fucking pimp's friend is Paul Bates, who played Marty in Coming to America. I can't believe I think I mentioned it.
Well, the character's name is Marty.
Yeah, played by Paul Bates.
That's his name, Marty. That's his character's name in the film.
I know, so many good actors.
Yo, Marty, what the fuck are you doing? When he can't find his jacket, which is the opening Clarence needs to shoot Drexel in the crotch.
Yeah. It's got
I found on YouTube
as well from Tarantino, but
I found an extended version of the drug deal scene in which Drexel kills Samuel Jackson and the other guy. There's an extended version on YouTube. I haven't watched yet, but I've found it. I'll have to check it out because there's more dialogue, and there's a bit where the first guy Drexel shoots sort of slaps him. He pushes his face away during their earlier conversation. So I don't know whether that'll be better or not. Because I always feel like Drexel killing people when you don't know the reasons. It's almost like Drexel doesn't really need a reason. I think that might be better. I don't know. I have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when you see him in that scene with when he meets Clarence as well, he looks like someone who wants to have fun with his prey before he kills them. You know, he lives for it as well. He doesn't just want to kill them because where's just the fun in that? Let's fucking mock this guy or play with him because he like we said, he underestimates Clarence, doesn't he? He thinks he's some guy trying to play the big man towards him, but then he sees that Clarence really is ruthless once as we see later on what Clarence does to him. But,
he's committed, Clarence. Committed.
Yeah, I did see a couple of deleted scenes as well on True Romance, and there is actually a second scene with Christopher Walken, and I'm glad they cut it out as well. It just sort of like kind of kills.
Where would it have been?
Yeah, I know, but it's like some scene.
Is it at the
the gangsters they're relaying more information to him in an elevator? It's something later in the movie, but it would have killed off just how special his rare appearance in this movie would be.
Yeah, if he's consigliere, he doesn't need to go do grunt work. Like he sends the goons to go and retrieve the coke. He would never do that himself. You know, it's beneath him, right? Like that's the feeling you get from his character. He's a very elevated status, you know, hence not having to kill anyone since 1984.
Yeah, and he seems pissed off that he's actually had to kill someone for the first time in a long time as well. Not because he's just been fucking insulted as well. He's been told that his great grandmother was black, which old school Italians were not so keen on, because if you've seen, I think this was true, there was a bit of like racial tensions between Italian Americans and Black Americans back in the day. But
The Sopranos plays that thread a lot.
Yeah, no,
in some of its seasons.
Yeah, when his daughter gets with a guy who's like half black. But the fact that
with the top or the bottom half.
The left or the right half.
Yeah.
What a film! It's such a joy to review it, talk about it, and
it's lovely.
Man, just to appreciate the artistry that went behind it on every level: casting, performances, dialogue, the script, story, the dialogue, shot composition, the action choreography. I mean, because it's not over choreographed. That's probably the weakness of modern action films, is they over choreograph gunfights in particular. Fist fights, one thing, but gunfights so over choreographed these days that they especially John Wick. I love the John Wick movies, but they feel a bit dance like, or like a first person shooter game rather than something real dangerous. Whereas the gunfights in this are it's controlled chaos, and it feels really dangerous, right? Man, it's something.
Yeah, I think we've kind of reached the point where editing has been, you have literally split-second editing now, and we're not given enough time to take the information in. So we know what's going on. We can see bits of the action, but we're constantly cutting, and we constantly have the sound of the gun effects. But I think they're just too fast. They've become too fast because they think that this is what makes a fast-paced movie, and it doesn't. It doesn't. It's I think it becomes quite messy. There's a huge difference between something like this, where the editing of the gunfight sequence is spot on. I mean, it's absolutely as good as you'll ever get it.
Because he does.
And then
that's the only time when the scenes get really, when there's a lot of editing and quick cuts done as well, because it's to sort of sell you put you in the shoes of the people that are trying to stay focused in a heated situation.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit fed up with all of these, these micro cuts that they keep doing. That, it's only a few frames that they're cutting at a time. So you have say 6 frames. They'll cut on a 6-frame count. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get why they do that.
I know. Because look at Taken 2, where there's a clip where Liam Neeson is just jumping over a fence, and it's edited to fuck. There's like 20 fucking.
Well, to be fair, there's probably a reason for that. Well, Liam Neeson jumping a fence is quite a special effect. He's 70 years old.
It was 60 anyway, which was already probably a little bit of a task for him as he was getting older. He was still in good shape, but fucking hell, it's like 20 fucking like cuts just to see him hop over a fence. It's like, this is why films really need to calm down on the editing a little bit, though. That's why I like Coen Brothers, because sometimes I'll just let the shot play out and just let the actors act.
And also I think with allow this, if you're a good filmmaker, you won't see the stunt performers' faces, so blatantly. I mean, obviously, in older films, you had a certain grain, a certain definition of picture, right? So, a lot of the times you couldn't really see the stunt performers' faces per se, but they used to wear masks. Strangely, they used to wear plaster masks. Not even rubber masks. The stunt performers used to wear. They were made
600 series of rubber skin. We spotted them easy.
But they were actually made of plaster. A lot of the stuntmen used to wear plaster masks. So they were cast from obviously the actors, and then they would paint them up and strap them to their faces. But that's how they got around that. I'd rather see something like that. A stunt performer with a prosthetic mask on than all of these quick cuts to have somebody jumping over a fence. 20 cuts to see someone jump in a fence. I mean, come on.
I know it's
the
it's
alternative
like
ways of doing
add
it.
anything anymore, is it? I mean, it kind of looks like when you look at the older films, it looks like they found a way to sort of hide it, and it seemed a bit more simple as well. It didn't seem too overcomplicated, but that's yeah. But this is well, that's the thing with modern films now these days. I mean, you kind of got the whole they have to explain everything 50 times because their audience are all TikTokers who can't pay attention and keep off their phones for a second. They can't just let actors. I mean, and you can get some good exposition through dialogue with subtext as well. It's like what they're not saying, which but you can still get the idea of what they're coming across with. But you know what? I never usually do this on breakdowns. I've been doing this one when Miami Vice so started. I know this might come as a bit of a surprise, but I might do something a little bit different with Bastards breakdowns. I'm going to do what I do with my Miami Vice streams after I finish talking about the movie. Favorite character, favorite quote, and maybe final rating. So yeah, favorite character in the movie. I know it's going to be a fucking tough one, but it's with so many though. But you can only pick one. You can only pick one. Yeah, I'll go first, obviously, because
oh my god,
yes, it's the horse. Yeah. I'm having a hard time as well. I love Virgil. I love Elliot, even though he's a pussy. I probably will go for Vincenzo as well, just because of that one scene, and he makes such an impression. just by not screaming or shouting like a maniac. He's very intimidating just by speaking softly, and I love that. So, yeah, Don Vincenzo, played by Christopher Walken, favorite character in the movie. So, RT and Z, favorite character in the movie.
Oh gosh, well, I'm going to go with something different. It's a very difficult question, because there's things I like about every character, even the really evil ones like Vincent Cacotti and Virgil. I'm going to go with something boring and say Clarence, only because I remember what it was like to be young and impetuous and stupid and in love, right? And to be in love at a young age. There's something about, I mean, Shakespeare writes about it, right? But there's something about when you fall in love when you're young, you're very young, and it's just an all-consuming passion that throws everything out. And that's what Clarence and Alabama have, right? And I remember what that's like, and it's like, yeah, that when I first saw the film, I was 23, so I was kind of like, oh yeah, I get this guy, I understand where he's coming from. And now, as a much older person, I look back and go, yeah, I remember what that was like, and I see little bits of myself in Clarence. I don't go out shooting pimps very often, but I mean, anyway, but I'm a big comic book fan when I was his age. But yeah, so Clarence, because Clarence is he's incredibly relatable, and yeah, I really love the character of Clarence. I'll go with him.
He's a good dude. Anyways, he may not be the brightest bulb in the pack, but he's got a good heart as well. And fucking hell, he'll kill for his woman. He will. That's a solid dude in my opinion. So yeah, Inside Man, favorite character in the movie. I know it's a toughie because Tarantino's really good at just writing characters.
He's great at writing characters.
I know. No matter how despicable they are, he always makes them a little bit more human.
Yeah, to be honest with you, there was only one choice for me, and that would have been Clarence. Right from the off, I think he's a remarkably sweet character. And I would actually go along with everything R&T as Ed says about Clarence. He epitomizes that young man, that young dumb man in love. The odd choices in life, odd decision-making processes, but he's only human. He's a lovely, lovely, sweet, well-written and brilliantly acted character. I think perfect casting for Clarence. Love
Yeah,
him.
Tony Scott was right to change the ending, though, in my opinion.
I
Because
agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
watch the
100%.
the alternate ending. It's just really depressing. It is, and I don't always mind a nihilistic ending. That's why I love films like The Great Silence and No Country for Old Men. But this film, no, this needed a happy ending. You know, Tony Scott made the right choice, even though. I mean, because Tony Scott was not afraid to have someone dies. Well, in Revenge, apparently she died, and that's why Tarantino wanted Clarence to die. He saw it as in a way like his version of Revenge, because in Revenge she dies and it's really beautiful. But no, Tony Scott was right in my opinion. So, Dodicus, favorite character in the movie?
I'm gonna go with Dennis Hopper's character. He's the one grounded guy.
Yeah.
And then he just gets murdered for it.
No, he goes out like a fucking boss, though. I mean, he knows his fucking numbers up, though, but he still decides to get a big fuck you with the whole.
Oh yeah, that part's awesome,
isn't he? Yeah,
yeah. Now you mentioned The Great Silence. Have you seen the alternate endings to that movie?
I have, where he apparently survives the shooting, and he's kind of got these like metal things on his fingers, showing he's some kind of knight. But no, the bleak ending was the strongest choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or have you seen?
Yeah.
There's the one cut where they have him, where what's his name? Klaus Kinski's character just shoots him in the hands, and then they just leave.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think there was three alternate endings. Certainly are on the version that I've got, the Eureka cut. So it's so it's got all three of the alternate endings. But the one that was kept, I think, was definitely the best. There's no question. I think it's.
I know that's it. Sometimes, yeah, a lot of the times they will always, because they're kind of like thinking, should I do this? Maybe will it bum the audience out, or should I do this because it might actually, sometimes we need to give the audience a good ending, but they make a choice and that's it, and they got to stick with it, even no matter how whether people might think it's bad or good, because at the end of the day, it's still their movie, isn't it? And we are the ones that judge it later on. But not good choice, and yet. Val Kilmer is the mentor by David Dredd. Good to see you on there, man. And I can't argue with you as well, Nix. Even though I chose Don Vincenzo, Floyd is still a good character. He's just this loser fucking idiot who has no clue what's happening. But Brad Pitt just plays him so fucking well, and he's so funny in it. He just. And I think James Franco did a good job sort of doing the variation of that in Pineapple Express, because the character was inspired by Floyd, and I think it was sort of their idea of saying, let's write a movie about Floyd, but then they sort of changed it, and and the rest is history. So yeah, we've done the best character now. Favorite quote, definitely. I was so relieved that when you took off your dress, you didn't have a dick, and that was a hard. I think I said the wrong thing there. Hard choice there, but it's such a funny line as well. It just comes out of fucking nowhere, so it just cracks me up. So.
Yeah, it's a great line.
It is.
Oh yeah.
It's like Tarantino being a little bit offbeat as well, because sometimes it's like the watch up the ass in Pulp Fiction. You got Christopher Walken doing this great monologue, this very moving monologue about the history of his granddad and the sacrifices Butch's grandfather and great grandfather went through with this watch, and then it just all ends up with him saying he had this watch up his ass for a good long while. It's just
yeah.
So RTNZ favorite quote.
Oh God, I don't even know if I can answer this. Like there's the ones, there's ones I remember. Like there's ones that really always, like I always chuckle when I know I'm pretty, but I ain't as pretty as a couple of titties. But that probably my favorite. My favorite. It's probably gonna be not one that's a particularly famous quote from this film, because there's so many of them. Like I haven't killed anyone since 1984. But one I always liked was, well, enough about the king. How about you? That's something my friends and I used to say to each after we'd seen this film, would say to each other, you blah, 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 blah. Well, enough about the king. How about you? It's a little one. It's lesser known, but one that I really enjoyed. There's just too many, like almost every line is quotable. I mean, I literally say when I'm driving and some fools, driving between lanes in front of me, I'll literally do a Lee Donowitz and say, "Choose a fucking lane! Don't give me the finger! I'll fucking have you killed!" You know. Oh, there's so many great lines.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'll go with that. I'll go with
on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Enough about the king. How about you? So that's me, Dudicus.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very underrated quote as well, in my opinion. So yeah, Inside Man.
Inside Man.
I've got to go with "Haven't killed anyone since 1984."
Yeah,
it's just such. I mean, it's a darkly comedic line, I think, but it tells you everything. It's one of those lines that tells you everything about the character, and that's why I love it, because it just illustrates the importance of the character, the level of which he is actually reached. So that's probably my favorite line.
Yeah, it's fucking good as well, because it's like he's probably has done this a few times and managed not to fucking kill anyone. Dennis Hopper kind of like put him on kind of taking him out, probably surprised him as well, to the point where it's like, I can't believe I've just killed someone for the first time in a long time.
Yeah,
he's led me to
it just tells you so much. It tells you about the reluctance of him wanting to kill again. That he doesn't. It's almost something that's beneath him, but he knows that there's. He has to if necessary, but it's a dirty job that he just doesn't want to do. But it just, that one line tells you an inordinate amount of information about that character. That's really why I think that's a great line.
Yeah, I like the fact the gangsters at these fucking honor amongst thieves guys. No, they're ruthless fuckers. They are terrible. Yeah, absolutely brutal bastards.
Terrible people. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look about the real mafia, they were just nasty people. There was no honor amongst them. I mean, they would kill their own friends for no fucking reason. Hits became a hazard. Even for no reason, you get whacked. So yeah, Dudicus, favorite quote.
I kind of have. I'm gonna split the difference here and say I kind of got two. My favorite line, and just one that I think about, is the Antichrist. I'm in a vendetta kind of mood.
Oh, that's great.
It's so good as well. I mean, it goes to show as well just how well read Vincenzo is as well. He's Italian, so he's obviously a bit of an opera fan as well. So he's he's worked in the pantomime as well. So yeah, of course he's going to be a little bit more. He's got more of a flair for legitimacy. So yeah, that's a good line, man. That's
but I think the thing that always sticks with me is when the gangsters break into the three-way Mexican standoff, and just the one guy goes, "Nobody!" Oh shit!
Yeah, Low Toxic. That's your quote, then. That's it's such a fucking funny line, man. Only Tarantino could write a line very that specific and actually think, yeah, you know what, I can actually envision that. I can actually taste that, to be honest. But so final rating, obviously, 5 Elvis Presley sunglasses out of 5 Elvis Presley sunglasses. So that's my ratings. RT and Z, final rating.
Oh, easily 5 out of 5. I mean, is it going to rack up against films like The Godfather? Possibly not, in terms of its overall greatness, but in terms of what it means to me, it's on my all-time top 10 favorite films. Like I've got a list of 100 favorite films, right? So it's number 6. Like, it is one of my all-time favorite films. Watch it at least once a year, and it is a joy every time. And I adore this film. So 5 Elvis sunglasses out of 5 for me.
Yeah, this movie should be released every fucking Valentine's Day. Every couple should go to see it. Every couple who has not seen this movie should go and see this movie. This is like a romantic movie. You got the romance for the women and the action for the men. It appeals both sexes. So yeah, Inside Man, final rating before we go.
What can I say? I mean, it has to be 5 out of 5. It's got to be 5 out of 5. Again, it isn't my favorite film. It is in my list. It's definitely in my list. But see, film ratings our personal film ratings, I mean, they are incredibly personal, aren't they? You know, it's what they mean to us.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's what they all mean to us. It's not, you know, whether they are, you know, great works of art or anything like that. It's what they mean to us personally. That may be a certain time in our life when we first saw this movie, or people that we have lost that we associate with this film. All kinds of things that we associate with different movies and, you know, different time periods. And this really was an exciting time in cinema when we first had Quentin Tarantino coming on the scene. We already had, you know, the greatness of Tony Scott in previous works, but having a combination of Quentin Tarantino with Tony Scott was just, you know, a piece of magic. It's difficult to fault this movie. It's incredibly difficult to fault this movie. But I adore it. I really, really do love this film. With all my heart, I love it. Yeah, it's wonderful. 5 out of 5.
Yeah, so much goodwill in this movie as well. Just to not like it does have its lapses of logic, but it is kind of a fairy tale. Though that's the whole thing with it. It's a fairy tale, and there's too much good as well to. They do kind of overlook the bad. So yeah, Dudicus final rating.
Well, considering I think I've seen this way less than you guys, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I give it to Jakes.
All right, man. Okay, that's all right. So yeah, before we go, we will do the promotions as well. So RT and Z, have you got anything coming up at the moment?
No, well, actually, I do. But it won't appeal to most of your audience. But I'll tell you. So on Monday, I'm appearing on my mate J-Man's stream. J-Man streamed with our mutual friend Admiral Teague a couple of times. They were members of a Star Trek community from a guy named Clobby who passed away 2 years ago now, who was a great YouTuber. But anyway, I'm appearing on J-Man's channel to talk about a comic from 42 years ago called Machine Man, which was a limited series by Marvel that I loved back then and recently got a copy of now, and it's just as good. It's a short story, really well told, amazing art, and yeah, so that's the only thing I'm really doing. So you're not really supporting me because I'm not a YouTuber, but you will be supporting my mate J-Man if anyone's interested in comic books and turns up for that. And also you got to buy Wes's book because it's great, and support Luke's channel and Inside Man's channel and everyone else. And thanks to chat for having me. Right, so I've said too much already.
Man. Yeah. I like Admiral Teague, man. I don't think I've spoken with J-Man yet, but Admiral Teague a couple of times. And I will be.
He's so much fun.
Yeah, he is. And I'll be streaming with him on Sunday for Miami Vice. Season 1, episode I think 6 or 7, Not Exit, with where Bruce Willis made his TV.
Oh!
Yeah, it's way before, and this was before he did Moonlighting as with Sybil Shepherd. So yeah, Inside Man, anything you want to promote?
Yeah, on Tuesday, on Losers Lounge, we're doing The Bounty.
Ooh.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I'm going to try and jump on there as well because busy day last Tuesday, so I couldn't.
Yeah. So you were missed. You were really missed. We did miss you.
Really long day on Tuesday. Yeah. But, I'm hoping I can make it then. I don't think
I hope you do. I hope you do, mate, because it's a terrific film. I mean, sadly, woefully underwatched, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is that it absolutely tanked at the box office. So that's for Tuesday. Obviously, on Thursday, we're doing Toxic Thursdays with Lord of Toxicity, which is always a great laugh. And then next Friday, I believe we're doing Coffee on this very channel. Is it next Friday, Coffee?
I think it's a Friday after. I think
it's a Friday after.
Yeah, next Friday is the 18 with.
The 18. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, the 2007 one. Which, I don't know. I kind of liked it, even though it wasn't like the best film ever. I still had some fun with it, but the original TV show is still the GOAT. But
and finally, to all my Sicilian friends and family out there, I just want to say that I and none of the other panel want to associate ourselves with everything that the Northern English bastard had said about the mafia. We think you're wonderful people, and we love
There's
you
no
very
such
much.
thing. What's this mafia
there's
you're
no
talking
such
about?
thing, yeah.
There's
I
no
have no
such
idea.
thing.
No, never heard of them. So if you want to get hold of him, he just he's on YouTube.
Sold me out to the mafia, man. Oh, you bastard. You're an even bigger bastard than I am. So. Do the curse. Anything you want to promote?
Yeah,
We've done anything with Toxic again. Any more Highlander streams? Hopefully, the copyright shit gets sorted out.
He said he wanted to rewatch or redo the end game thing at some point, but I don't know when that's happening. But I will be streaming here in a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, playing some Yoshi's Island, shooting the shit. Maybe
nice one, man. Okay,
bullshit.
so yeah, a couple of hours. So yeah, okay. So do check out Dudicus, Dudicus's channel. I tried to get the link in the description. I'll try and put it on later. Could you send me the link to your channel and I can put it in the description as soon as possible?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that, man. Thank you very much. And yeah, and that is unfortunately the end of the show, but we had great fun talking about this movie. So before I do go, Nick's good to see you back on there again. It's been so long, David Dredd. Glad to have you on. Whammy Spoons, always welcome. Shut up, Matt, always welcome. Who else?
Mr. E?
Holder as well.
Mr.
Yeah,
E?
Mr. E, Admiral Tig. Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry, I must have missed you. I do apologize there, Mr. E. Mr. E. And Mog K8B. You know, I think I have seen you on this channel before. Maybe a while ago. I do apologize if I've forgotten about you. But yeah, hope to see you again on some more streams. And I hope you and everyone else are doing well. And I think that's it. Now, I've already mentioned Cosmic Holder and yeah, and Review Beautiful Bastards are Northern English or not. Thanks for watching. But right now, that's us done.
You've got to say, as the sun sets slowly into the west, we bid you a fond farewell.
Thank you very much for that. So, yes, and enjoy your weekend as well, you beautiful bastards.